Judge of that. I've got 9 more.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the round table.
Chris, cues, Chris. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Well, I'm going to say hello to everyone in chat first. We got Superfan was the first one out there tonight. He's also on panel. We also got Adega is in the house. We got Tina also on panel. We got Keely Chow. How you doing, Keely?
Holy shit! I just noticed Tina is blick.
I know. I'm currently appropriating. I feel so bad. My avatar disappeared.
Well, don't go burning down any buildings and looting things.
I will try not to.
Preparations.
Well, you know,
say hello to everyone.
That 4 hours I spent in Chicago yesterday.
What was that? What was that, Tina?
I said it's that 4 hours I spent in Chicago yesterday. It just totally, changed me.
Shit, you gotta like wipe that shit off on the carpet before you come in.
Jesus Christ. He's not wrong.
Wow.
It's okay, Tina. Don't get worried. That's just a sound effect.
That's what's under the police.
Oh shit! What's up, Samba Gogo? He said so. Batman Beyond was beyond Batman. Yes, and we'll talk about that for a little bit. Again, nothing over dramatic. A lot of people do go crazy over this stuff, but you know, over here it's in passing. I don't know why people like they center everything around these fucking movies and their lives around celebrities. I don't understand it.
No.
It's cool if you like something, but when you get too insane about it, I don't know. I'm just lost on all that stuff. But you know, enjoyable things we'll talk about. And sadly, yeah, that thing it's not going to happen. And it sounded like it was going to actually be pretty decent. But hey, you know who else is decent? Manliness and Motivation. And his pronouns are never mind.
Oh shit! They got Tina. They got her. I knew there was going to be a round.
Oh, no. It's all that fed now, baby. Spike 220's in the house. How you doing? He said Iron Man is a superhero. Iron Woman is it? Hold on. Am I just reading this wrong?
Oh, I got that. That's a good one.
I got a very important
Iron
question.
Woman.
Do we have enough fund money to put up a mural for Tina?
Right.
Well, we're gonna say hello to her first, since we had someone else just drop out for Chicago. They took her out by the knees. But hey, we got Lasso here. How you doing, Lasso?
Well. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me on again.
Oh, always. Like I said, we like good people here. We like real people, genuine people. And you're definitely one of them for sure. You know. We also got another one right here. Look at this. It's all leg, baby.
That's right, baby.
What's up, Adam?
I'm looking at the gash.
He definitely is.
I mean, at least.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
Bravo.
Yeah. It landed. Tina's back as well. Hi, Tina.
Oh my god! I hear my son scream from downstairs. Mom boomered again.
Well, as long as it was just boomerang and it wasn't a case of fentanyl, so that's good.
Definitely not.
And Mom says, "Don't make me snap my finger."
That's right. He's always ready, man. He's gonna take it. Don't worry, someone else is taking out most of the world, the universe, all that. And we're gonna have some info on that. I think soon. Elon's he was good tonight. Or no, it was earlier today. He posted that his pronouns are prosecute and defouch. So that's interesting. So we'll see what happens. Oh, there he is again.
Yeah.
But we also got Chris here, and he's wearing his red dress, and he's getting ready for his holiday coming up soon. That's when
he got 8 days.
That's when all the Jewish people get afraid of vampires, and they got to go inside before sundown because all the vampires come out. Right, Chris?
And so Angelus is just sitting on the roof any minute now.
No,
come out wherever you are.
You know.
Oh shit! We also got the Doc in the house, and he's high-fiving everyone. How you doing, Doc?
Just got to do some advertising for my friend Chris there. You know, him and his South African friend, this should help. You can get the job done.
Ouch.
Oh.
We know other people who probably need that. And, you know, he's always peddling late books.
Oh, damn.
Humble homosexual. So, yeah. And before, we got a new introduction for Tommy that I love.
That's my policy.
Yes, well, when I see 5 weirdos dressed in togas stabbing a guy in the middle of the park in full view of 100 people, I shoot the bastards. That's my policy.
Yeah.
Hey, Tommy. How you doing tonight?
Spider pig. Hi, I'm your friendly neighborhood guinea pig asshole. I am here to just cause a ruckus, and that's what I do. It's good to see all of you. Thank you for being here. Prepare to be assimilated, you bitches.
That's right, man. All the time. That's just how we roll over here. You know? Oh, man, he's got the clan out, and they got the shades on and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
You probably could have worded that differently. I don't think telling Adam that he's got the clan out is necessarily a good thing.
The Wiener Dog clan.
Oh God! Right. Never again! Never again!
Well, we got a vampire in, and
my skin!
Goddamn, he's been summoned.
When did he get here?
He just flew in. And boy, are his arms tired.
Yeah, they are tired.
Yeah, we had a nice little joke before. Hans Koch was talking about Chris Fisk, and he says that his holiday's coming up soon, where all the Jewish people have to go inside before the sun goes down, but in fear of vampires.
Oh. I was a mist, and I just popped in. That's
Are you gonna eat kosher on the holidays?
What would kosher blood be?
I would say it's about 3/5 of joivin and some gefilte fish.
Damn.
Maybe some matzo balls too.
Lox on your bagels.
What about some potato latkes?
Oh yeah. Maybe a dreidel too for good luck.
Ouch.
We went off the
All
rails
that
so
milk
fast
makes
tonight.
my blood sugar high.
We have
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yep.
Donuts for everyone.
Tommy put up because I was saying hello to people, but all right. Well, I'm glad to have you in here, Papa Cotton. We also have the Clown World Review. Tony, get on panel if you want.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, we love you, brother. And he just put a tiny gash. It looks like tiny little gash. Gashing again. And don't worry, we're gonna talk about that motherfucker tonight too. The Gashman, because boy is he creepy. Yeah, man. I got another monster in the house. How you doing? That's it. Yeah. We could all relax now. He's here. Sweet. But there's no relaxing. We keep rolling. Brian's in the house as well, man. Sweet doggies. Dude, if you want to come in, I'll drop you a link too. Brian's always fun. Get that. Let me whip that out. That's,
Oh, here come the Hypnotoads again.
Uh-oh.
The Keck dancers.
I should see if I can find some Hypnotoads.
Do it up. What is wrong with Twitter tonight? Jesus. I go to
Remember
scroll.
what I told you.
Don't be a cunt.
That's right. Never be one. Hold on. Here we are. So we'll pull up some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight. Jesus. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. But well, I guess we'll start with the Batman Beyond news. This movie almost happened, and Michael Keaton was going to play the older Bruce Wayne, and Michelle Pfeiffer was actually going to come back and reprise her role as Catwoman.
Oh,
That would have been awesome.
Epic.
Epic. And they just decided, hey, James Gunn's like, nope, I'm going to go in a much younger direction with all my films. And young is the key word, and parties and young, and because James Gunn is a creep.
From what I understand, they just ordered about 10,000 pairs of Pampers for the new cast.
Oh boy! See,
wasn't the stealing a film from a person of color too? Like, wasn't like Terry McGinnis Asian or like half Asian and shit?
Was he half Asian?
I think so. Yeah.
I can't remember. I mean, I don't know. I just watched the cartoons and I was like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, Batman Beyond was awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I loved it.
I really would have loved to have Conroy do it pre him passing because of the cartoon. But Keaton was next in line, you know.
Yeah, man. Which is nuts. Now I understand that they wanted to get rid of Michael Keaton because they're like, because what they originally were going to do was have him being the center point, the linchpin between all these different universes, and like he was going to put together like a young Justice League. And they're like, no, Zaslaff's like, no, that's not going to work. We have better people we could put everything on. And again, he didn't want to throw away Gal Gadot. He didn't want to throw away Henry Cavill. They got, I think, Ben Affleck back as well. So it's like, why would we go for a guy who's pretty old and, we don't know what's going on now because all those shots and things and allegedly what they cause or what they do. We don't know if Michael Keaton's going to be hanging around for multiple movies. He's in his 70s, isn't he? Like,
let me look.
They're like it's not going to work properly. So I think that's one of the reasons. But if they were going to do a movie and have just
71,
and by the time they get a script, going, production, everything else, he'll be about 72, 73. So that isn't going to work. But if you want to do just one more movie, that's the movie to do. It should have been Batman Beyond, and then you can go in whatever direction at that point. But fools.
God, I loved that cartoon series.
Yeah,
it was good.
Mainly he's already dropping them. Kevin Spacey's in his teens. Oh shit!
He's in teens, but not his teen.
Oh my!
Hello.
Got a whole basement full of teens.
What up, people?
Hey,
what's up, Brian? How you doing?
How's it going, man?
In the hizzy for shizzy, yo.
Dude, man, yeah, you're armed and you're ready to take out all these bad people. I see.
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt, with the Atlantean sword, no less.
Nice. See, you're a legend. You're a legend.
I hate Rob Liefeld because I have the replica. He actually has the real sword, the one that Arnold wielded.
I know. I remember that.
Mother effer.
I think they made 3 of them, if I remember correctly. I think.
Well, the one for Conan the Destroyer has like a longer hilt, which is cool because the hilt on the original is kind of small. Mm-hmm. It's more of like a hand and a half sword rather than like a 2-handed sword.
Right.
But yeah, it's the only fantasy sword I will allow in my home.
I'll allow it. Dude, yeah, no, I love that Conan sword. That design is so good. We were talking about sword designs before we started.
Nice.
But yeah, no. Yeah,
sword nerds.
Yeah, with the Dega.
Yep.
He's got some great stuff, and his projects too are incredible. The Blood Witch, you just got some great compliments on that. Yeah, no, it's always awesome. I love that stuff.
Nice.
If you want to say anything, you could go for it.
You know what? That's humble. No, there's a group of people that I got a note today that they were talking about it, and they said it was the Blood Witch stuff is better than Dune, and they wanted it to be a TV series.
Hell yeah, man.
Sweet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Dude. That's a great sign right there. And again, Adega's gotten praise from so many amazing writers and stuff, and people have worked on some pretty epic projects. So he knows what he's doing here. He's got some skill. You know, he's going to be humble, but
if that stuff ever gets big, Vinny, you're going to see what's called the Sword of Torin, and that will forever be emblazoned in artwork by Vinny. So if you see that, you'll know who did it.
Hell yeah, man. That's going to be the goal for these things. So we want to have good legacy stories, books, characters, iconic imagery. We're going to do everything because that's how we got to do it. Because we know that these big companies, they don't know what they're doing. Their asses from their elbows. They can't figure it out. And again, this whole shit too. Like I know there's so many clickbait things. We talked about it a little bit on Friday. The whole thing with Wonder Woman as well. Listen, she's not done. Patty Jenkins is done. So all the clickbait stories.
Thank goodness.
It's clickbait. They're not going to get rid of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and they're not getting rid of Wonder Woman. I mean, please,
she's one of the top 3.
Yeah, she's one of the top 3. Her movie again. It was her and was Aquaman that did like the biggest numbers for them. Yeah, they're just gonna shit can her. People, come on, you're smarter than that. I know you are. You know. So yeah, welcome to the party.
Party. I'm nice. Move it, dick face.
Captain Lou Albano.
I think I want to do a watch party.
Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Oh, I love that dude.
Yeah, and that movie was so good too.
Often imitated, never duplicated.
That's right. But yeah, it's nuts. Speaking of nuts, holy hell. Did you guys see anything from Gashman recently? I know we're zooming in. We got some Catwoman, but we also got a creep that's next to it. This guy, holy shit. He did an interview or something talking about that Pinocchio. Apparently he's in one of these Pinocchio things, doing a voice.
The Guillermo del Toro one?
Oh, Frankie saw it. He said this was one of the worst movies he's ever seen in his life.
Really?
And it is beyond dark, beyond creepy, and the whole thing is political. The entire thing.
Well, it's about the Spanish Civil War, isn't it?
He's got Mussolini in there.
Right?
What?
Yeah, why would he
it's
be in that?
Because it's supposedly, I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't have an opinion on it, but it is supposedly the third in Guillermo del Toro's like trilogy about the Spanish Civil War.
Oh yeah.
And which was the Republicans versus the fascists. Although Spain was, a fascist country, it was fascist in name only. After because it was the fascists who won that war, but it really wasn't technically a fascist government. It was really more like a military dictatorship. But I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah. Oh no, it's all right, dude. But he said the whole thing is bizarre. It's dark. It's very, very creepy on everything that he does. What he focuses on makes no sense, and this whole thing of like all these characters dying in the movie too. It is bizarre. Yeah, Frankie was giving like the rundown on it. He said as soon as he was done watching it, he went over and wrote him on Twitter. He's the biggest piece of shit he's ever seen. Wow, it's a damn shame too, because that guy had so much talent, and he always goes down the wrong roads now. He's like obsessed with political shit. That's all he wants to talk about. But speaking of other creeps who work for that guy, this guy Ron Perlman, he was talking about the Pinocchio film. So he's talking about a children's thing. And he says how he got there, but how acting is like sex. Why would you bring up sex when you're talking about something that's supposed to be a children's movie?
Because he pretends he knows what he's doing?
Well, I mean, Devil's Advocate here, is it a children's film?
Supposedly it is. It's like stop motion. It's supposed to be for kids. Supposedly.
Well,
all right.
I mean, Pinocchio was a children's story.
Yeah, it was a cautionary tale about being a little shit.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but so is Cinderella, so is Sleeping Beauty, so is Snow White. And if you read those original stories, they're like horror stories. I mean, they're incredibly violent. I mean,
that's because kids weren't protected back then.
Well, you got to scare the shit out of kids in order for them to get,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't learn.
Well, I mean, it's it's the Germans. I mean, I'm German. I know my people, and we're a little morbid.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Well, yeah. Wow. Then the Germans are gonna love that film.
Well, they do love dark fantasy, but yeah, I mean, like if you go back and read the original Grimm's fairy tales, you can tell which ones are French and which ones are German. The French ones, it's like Puss in Boots, and the German ones are like Cinderella, where like crows are flying down and pecking out the eyes of the cruel stepsisters, and they're chopping off their toes and their heels to like fit into like the glass slip.
Yeah, but let's not discount the Danish. I mean, Hans Christian Andersen there.
The
Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
You can't go
really
back to
dark.
home. You're gonna turn to seafoam, bitch.
Yeah. Little Mermaid's very dark.
But again, you got to remember why they tell these stories. Trina just brought up before. You got to scare these kids because a lot of kids do a lot of stupid shit. They don't know their limits. And those tales are supposed to kind of scare them into not going crazy like that and doing really stupid things.
Well, things were always dark. We're now a pussy culture because, like, I mean, look at Rockabye Baby. You listen to the lyrics of that song; it's basically a baby swinging from a tree and dying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is kids like their fantasy to be a little dark. I think the Japanese really understand that. Like if you watch like the Gamera movies, for instance, those are actually really dark.
Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah. Well, Manliness just said he was dark fantasy, like Tyra Banks in her prime.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Oh shit. Hey, when he's right, he's right. You know.
Yep.
Hey man, even the white boys got to shout. Baby got back.
Yeah.
You know who else is that?
I want to see it. Let's see what you got. Limousine riding, jet flying, kid stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun that could kiss any woman right here, even that fat one, and make her cry. Brother, watch this, girls. Woo! Woo! Hey! Woo! 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 Woo!
It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
One of the best videos ever, man. Oh my god,
We had to get the good laughs in there for sure.
Yeah, Jay Lethal's great.
Yeah, I just saw some. What happened with Gap After Dark? He couldn't post. Did something happen?
No, it's all set.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I was just seeing something in the private there for a sec. Yeah, no. But this is insane. This Gashman, holy crap! I don't get it. I just do not get it. This man is one of the creepiest sons of bitches I've ever seen in my life. The things that he protects, the things that he's pushing, it always has to do something is related to kids and his other creepy fantasies. This is just bizarre. You don't bring stuff up like this. I can understand if it's an adult movie he's talking about or some kind of big dramatic thing and he wants to say how acting is like sex, fine, whatever. You're talking about a kid's movie, you freaking creep. You albino simian. This guy's the freakiest son of a bitch.
Well, in the immortal words of Ron Gashman, grab him in the diaper rash.
Oh. Well, do you remember when in Pumping Iron when Arnold Schwarzenegger gave his interview?
Hold on.
Get the fuck out of my house. Not okay.
Yeah.
We got a double for that.
Yeah, well, when Arnold was giving his speech about weightlifting, he just like goes off about coming.
Like, coming in the gym and coming in.
I'm sure that's yeah, but it's like what? At what point do you become a celebrity and your brain just fries? Like the synapses don't work anymore. That you think it's totally cool to talk about like blowing your load while you're like doing your job. Like, yes, I like to come. And meanwhile, we got Gashman over here. When I like to act, I like to come. It's so wrong.
2022, though, man. I mean, look at what we deal with in the White House.
It's Pinocchio. He likes to make it lie or whatever.
That nose and it makes me calm.
That's look, baby. We're gonna play Pinocchio. You sit on my face. I tell lies. It's a lot of fun. Trust me.
Well, that's what Gashman does. That's why he's always living in Disney World and Disneyland. He just goes to the Pinocchio ride. He's like, yeah. He sits on his face and he goes, yeah. Tell a lie. Tell a truth. Tell a lie. Tell a truth.
Oh. Oh. Are you telling me? So the new Pinocchio is called Pinocchio 2: Revenge of the Sibian.
Is he related to Kip Sabian, or is he calling him Sabian?
The George Michaels guy.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna take off the monetization. I don't even know why I put it on anymore on the Sunday.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
That's the truth. That's crazy. Yeah.
Just post your PayPal from now on.
Oh, they're hitting us all on that too. Jesus. Holy crap. Yeah, the government's coming for
thing or whatever.
Oh yeah, that post that I made on Twitter today about anybody, like if you're an artist and you make more than $600, if you don't file a 1099-E or 1099-K file with your taxes, you're going to get auto audited and then they will fine you.
So did they change that? Because originally it was supposed to be per like in a month.
No,
are they saying it's for the whole year now?
Yeah, yes, they're saying that.
Way.
Any transaction, any of that, just whoop, there you go. You made more than $600. You're now part of the audit list.
So it's year to date. It's not a single transaction.
Yeah, it used to be $20,000. The Republicans are like, "What the hell? We got to move this because like it's to basically flag for money laundering because we seem to have a nasty kind of mass occurrence of that in the White House."
In Minecraft, I sell jewelry at craft shows. And I spend more money buying supplies and tools in a year than I do in actually selling the merchandise because I enjoy both the atmosphere as well as, the hobby. So it means if I've made at least $600 at the shows I've gone through in a year, I have to file a 1099.
Yep. And that also goes for all of us who got comics that were backed, like all that backer money, which I mean, I already do that anyways. I have an LLC, and I just, claim it on my taxes as an income. But I found that absolutely asinine because what that means now for artists, especially, because like I can't draw, my hands are screwed. So I have to commission out. And that means every one of my artists now that are in America are now getting double whammy.
Hold on. I thought it was in one single transaction.
That flags it, but it's year to date. It's
mind you guys too. Remember, they're still in making changes on that. This is
the Republicans are now. Yeah, the Republicans are scrambling to try to at the last minute. And the video that I was watching, the guy's like, I don't think it's going to go through. I think they're going to screw us. But the Republicans didn't have enough seats or enough votes to counteract it. So when it went through, they're like, guys, this is going to be a mess. We don't have enough people to enforce this. And they're like, that's okay. We just automated it and we can do retro fining. So
you know what's going to happen though. I mean, this is the kind of shit they were looking for a full scale revolt on their fucking hands. This is the kind of shit that will piss off everybody, even the fucking normies who are not really paying attention. They're the ones.
It's going to be a big surprise.
They're going to go nuts. People are going to go nuts.
Well, people are the most annoying. The ones that are like, "Oh no, how'd this happen? You fucking idiot! You voted for it."
Yep.
You voted it in. And might I add, since we've been in 2 years of communism and we don't like it, how about we don't have to pay any more fucking taxes?
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but
I don't like supporting something that's here to kill us all.
Well, the thing that really scared me about all that is there is a chance that you will be charged. They will automatically flag you or accidentally flag you. And because there's not like, if you've ever tried to deal with anything socialist or tried to deal with anything with like the IRS calling them up, it's going to take forever for them to get back to you. So you have to pay and then they'll refund you.
And with the current administration, they'll just throw your ass in jail and then good luck getting the fuck out of there. It's going to be overpacked there. I see some massive headaches if this goes, doesn't get fixed.
Well, what's going to happen is you're going to get fined for not filling out your 1099 form, and you're like, dude, I didn't need to because I didn't exceed $600, and they're like, oh, well, we'll get back to you on that, but in the meantime, you need to pay us this additional fund because you didn't pay this, and it's like because I didn't need to. Oh, well,
every day they'll hit you with another percentage. Yep.
Well, you know what I'm waiting. You know what I'm waiting for them to change the law for, let's say, for what happened with me with my father dying, and I still had all that money that was left over from his estate. I'm waiting for him to try to come after me for that.
Capital gains, baby.
Well, they got to get that money from somewhere, and the head of the IRS came right out. This is like 2 or 3 years ago, came right out and said, we are not going after rich people, even though they're the biggest tax cheats, because it's just too much of a hassle. So get ready, little guys, because we need to get that money from somewhere, and it ain't coming from them.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
England.
Dude, it's crazy. Yeah, there's so many people. We're trying to do a little side hustle too, pay the bills, pay rent, all that stuff, and that's who they're going to target. So
I just sold my Xbox console. Oh, guess what?
Yep.
You better.
Those girls on premium Snapchat, man. They're in trouble.
You know what the best? You know what the best is? All those people that wanted their freaking student loans forgiven. I mean, there was already laws on the book about that. If you get student loan forgiveness, you got to pay X amount to the IRS regardless. So with this in play, could you imagine all these people that would wind up getting hit like freaking double on that shit? Because, it's over $600. Plus, it's a student loan you got to pay taxes on anyway. Like, oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Jeez. And welcome to the land of Robin Hood, man.
Oh, I can't wait until inheritance tax goes to like, 80-90%. It's like, hey, your parents left you their house or whatever. And it's like, oh, I can't afford it because the government needs to take 90% of it.
Holy crap! Well, let me play the bumper before the government comes to take this $5 from me. This super chat is brought to you by good old Hans Cock. Enjoy.
You've been waiting for this.
Thank you for joining us as well. And for families across the country,
Danger, danger, alert, alert. I am a scumbag. I am filth. I am your enemy. I would literally not be able to finish my dinner if somebody walked over and talked to me that looked like these two guys. And I'm sorry. They're not just lying anti-American scumbags that want to run us all on the ground because they're little men. They're pieces of crap. They think they're better than everybody. That's what it's about. It's the spirit of evil. Oh. I've tried to do joke photos like this to look disingenuous, and I can make any face I want to. I can't pull it off because the eyes, Chico. It's always in the eyes. Oh my gosh. Oh, hell on earth. He wants to run your life. He wants to control every aspect of your life because he knows he is a cowardly, degenerate sack of anti-human trash.
I'm going to punch him out and I'm going to go to jail and I'm going to be happy.
That was really gay.
Oh, such a beautiful thing.
But her husband laid the hammer down now, didn't he?
Nice.
It's really fucked up because it's like, this is elder abuse at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't feel sorry for him. He's a child molester.
Well, a war criminal too. A war criminal too, and responsible for mass incarceration. A lot of horrible shit. Yeah. But what's going to be really funny is all my Democrat friends telling me to shut up about him having dementia. I was my mother's sole caregiver when she was declining from Alzheimer's, so I know that shit when I see it. Yeah, he has got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
there's no way he could pass a fitness test, dude. I don't know how the hell he's even in there.
Psychoval, he'd be.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hold on a sec too, because Nelson just said something. And again, welcome, Nelson.
Hey.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to say those two words. He's a kid sniffer. He's a kid sniffer.
Hold on.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
You're not wrong.
Allegedly in Minecraft.
Father
He
took
files,
showers
Peter.
with her in a way that was, quote, not appropriate. Ask yourself, is there any explanation for that behavior that is justifiable? And there's not. It's sick and it's horrifying.
Nope.
Hey, what is this? 20
And
fucking
for
questions?
the record, the
What the
older
fuck's the
women
matter
that
with
I sell my body to make ends meet, none of them have dementia, so I'm not taking advantage of them. If anything, they're taking advantage of me.
Yeah. Well, those cougars, baby, those cougars, you know.
Hey, they're lonely, man.
Mm-hmm.
And grateful.
Yeah,
and they even will make you a sandwich sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
That's why he says he walks around with a big gun all the time.
I've heard police work is dangerous.
It is. That's why I carry a big gun.
I can't watch those movies and not see OJ in a different light now.
Tell me about it. Oh my god.
I'm just waiting for the day when all these idiots that voted for these morons come to the realization of how bad they fucked up.
Oh,
They won't. Never. Never. Trust
You're
me.
not-
They will. They will.
No,
Well, they
when
will.
their backs
they
are to the
they
wall.
Get taxed, yeah,
Yep.
when they get taxed out of existence and they're the ones getting stepped on. Then
No,
they're
they'll
going to
blame
realize
Trump.
how badly
Wrong
they
That's
fucked
Trump's
up.
fault.
When
They
they're on
always
their
blame
way
the
to the
wrong people.
slaughterhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Gravis.
They're gonna blame Trump, or they're just gonna not be working. They're gonna be on like welfare or something. So it's not gonna matter to them.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't have the interwebs. I can't go
You know
to
what's-
McDonald's.
You know what's worse than the useful idiots, though? To me, the ones that really piss me off, that are worse than the people that are brainwashed, are the nihilists.
Yeah.
The ones that are like,
Yeah.
well, it's not worth doing anything. I can't do anything. It's like,
Dude,
you're worse. You
black
know it.
pills. Yeah,
Yeah.
black pills. Can't stand them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
my
crazy.
attitude is like, you know what? You can't change the world. You can't even necessarily change your country, but you can change your neighborhood. So
Yeah.
do something local. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
local.
Dude,
Yes.
they-
Volunteer work of some kind.
They are DC fans. That's what they are.
Oh, snap.
That's exactly what they are.
Man, Black Adam was trash.
Oh
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to argue that. I enjoyed
Yeah,
the
I'm
shit
gonna
out
argue
of
that
that
too.
movie.
I liked it.
I liked it.
I like the JS. I liked like the middle section, right? When the JSA came in, I actually was like, hey, this is kind of cool. And then like the ending just completely just ruined it for me.
Well, I'm confused when it's supposed to take place. Is it like in the distant future?
I have
'Cause,
no
like,
idea.
Yeah, because like it's not in the same like Snyderverse stuff.
Well,
And it's not in the Shazam stuff either, because that was modernity. Like the stuff that we saw in Black Adam was like futuristic. There were like flying light cycles and
Well, yeah, that's
Well,
Intergang. We just hadn't seen Intergang in the DC. I mean, it's still the Snyderverse, but it's just like we hadn't seen Intergang.
Wait, Chris, are you talking about a not too distant future, mid Sunday AD, where there was a guy named Joel, not too different from you or me?
wait, what?
You know, he worked at Gizmotic Institute, just another face in red jumpsuit. He did a good job picking up the place, but his bosses didn't like him, so they shot him into space. Is
am I
anyone
having a
getting
stroke?
this?
No, am I having a stroke?
in code.
Oh no, Mystery Science Theater 3000.
We got it.
Okay, sorry, I'll shut up.
Did you ever watch like the really early episodes of that? You can see that Joel's eyes are all bloodshot. That he's very obviously baked.
Baked? Well, he never opened his eyes. They were like Fox Mulder's eyes. They were squinted perpetually.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, everything's crazy, man. All this shit is, but no, I enjoyed it. I said it too. I said, I don't understand what DC fans want, because we had so many other things that were just absolutely horrible. Superman versus Batman was total garbage. Fucking hated that all the way. There's so many things that they fucked up. I can't stand the ultra dark version of Superman that they did. Although there was a lot of things I did enjoy about Man of Steel. I did not like a lot of the shit that they did in the last act of the movie. Pissed me off. But yeah, I thought Black Adam is what you needed in there, because it was action nonstop. He was slaughtering these fucking shitty, horrible people anyway. He's overpowered like he's supposed to be. They did his backstory the correct way. I liked the JSA, how they introduced them. I thought those characters I wasn't gonna like. I enjoyed all of them. There's really no elements that I absolutely hated in that movie.
Yeah, the thing that just bothered me was, first of all, it was about a half an hour too long, but what movie these days isn't? And also, just, I mean, clearly it's just like they're not going to let The Rock be a villain.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
sucks.
saying? It's
But
not
he's
going to...
gonna- No. See, now he's gonna be. He's gonna have to be because
I don't
that's what's
think
gonna
so.
happen. Listen, yeah, no, they are.
Dwayne knows the character, dude. Like,
And Henry's not coming back as Superman. You heard it here first.
Huh?
Again, you're wrong.
Kick him.
I hope so.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong. You're
Kick
wrong.
him off. Kick him off.
You're gonna.
Well, you see, it's the reverse jinx. It's the reverse jinx. I'm like, I keep insisting that Henry's not coming back, so that
he
way he will come back just to make me look like a fool, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's all right. So you did like him as Superman, then? You think
Hell
you could do-
yeah!
All right.
I have an irrational love of Man of Steel. I actually
literally-
genuinely love that movie. Batman versus Superman was an abortion.
Uh-huh.
The 3-hour version at least is coherent.
I thought it was worse.
Oh no, I actually thought it was better because at least because in
Justice League or Batman versus Superman?
Batman versus Superman. Because
No.
in the
No.
in Batman versus Superman, the theatrical cut, Batman's just a straight up murderer, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm
he
alright with
is,
that.
right? Whereas in the 3-hour version, at least like you understand the concept where you're like, oh, this is a fallen Batman. This is like a Elseworlds Batman, like a guy who was just like after Robin got killed by the Joker was just like, okay,
well,
now I don't give a fuck anymore.
Listen, here's why I hate it, because they fucking wanted to build a universe.
It's still trash.
Well, hold on. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to build up a fucking new universe. So you pick an older Batman who is like towards the end of his career, makes zero sense. You do the death of Superman and that other fucking. I just the whole thing
Crams
was
way too much into one story.
It was an
that and
abomination. But-
well, yeah, I mean that's also because Warner's was like, okay, well, we need the Avengers and we need it like yesterday. We're not waiting 5 or 6 years to build up to that. We want it now. That they got greedy, and for some reason, Warner's they just have never known what to do with those characters.
Yeah. Well, hold
Yeah,
on. I'm
but
gonna
the
let
real problem is
Yeah,
that
you're gonna go.
Zack Snyder fucking sucks with Superman. He should never be allowed to write anything about Superman ever again.
He's all negative and emo.
He's a visual stylist, you know,
Yeah.
and I think with the first movie, he had Christopher Nolan and David Goyer kind of looking over his shoulder, and that's why I think Man of Steel actually turned out great. But after that, they were like, okay, well now you have free reign, and I think that's where things went completely off.
Well,
the rails.
I think they gave it too much free reign at the end of the movie because there was too much destruction. I don't like to keep doing the same damn stories over and over. The terraforming of the planet. They fucked up a great character because you had a great actor as General Zod, and you ruined it.
Oh man,
you had him snap his spoiler alert. You had him snap his neck. Like, I'm sorry.
What?
Put him in the Phantom realm. Use him later. What is
Well,
wrong?
it was suicide by Superman. I actually thought that worked, but like I said, I have an irrational love of that movie.
It would have been nice if it was more of an actual Superman
No,
story. To
you know-
me, it
you know
was just
what?
a different take on Superman, and whatever.
You know what I would have liked
Thinking-
more? I think if they completely just said don't put the Cavill parts in and just stuck with the first part, which was on Krypton, and made a whole movie about that,
Yes.
I would have freaking loved that.
Yeah, that was good.
Because
I
sci-fi,
Well, they did
like,
make a Krypton movie, didn't they?
TV show.
Series.
There was some
Series, yeah. And it had a
And-
really bad Lobo in it.
yeah,
and
it was-
I'm
I think
sorry.
all of these suffer from the same thing. And sorry, I get back with the writing. Is just they instead of having an imagination or going to this core source and picking out the actual story, they fill it full of action and stuff that they have to invent for action so that they don't have to develop characters. And all we're getting on screen is flash, bang, boom, without any consideration of who these characters are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Very
No
weak.
substance, and it's all surface level.
Well, I mean,
Well,
it's one of
hold
those
on.
films that. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, see, this is the reason why I think they're going to do the Black Adam the right way. Because one, The Rock, he invested too much time into this character from the get-go. It's been like 18 years or something from when he was originally signed to do this, and he held off because he said it was around 6 years ago or something they were supposed to make it, and they were already in talks to get rid of Henry Cavill, and he said no, we need him in here because the game plan, what they want to do is they want to have the solo movie. Then the next time you're going to see him is going to be in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, snap.
Then he kicked himself out.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Hey. I know you guys are all hung up on getting Jason Momoa to play Lobo, but what about the redneck neighbor from Office Space? I think he'd do a pretty good Lobo.
Dietrich Bader?
He was awesome.
He was in the Drew Carey show.
Yeah.
That's Taekwondo.
He did Batman voice.
Give him the mullet.
But hold on, sorry, I hit the thing and I accidentally kicked myself out. But what I was saying was, so the plan for the Black Adam thing was give him his own movie, introduce the character. That's what he wanted to do. I thought it was kind of a mistake. He should have appeared in Shazam first. But they're going to put him in Shazam 3. He might even have a cameo in this one that's going to come out soon. But regardless, they have to use him like that. And then during that movie, you're going to see how he clashes with them and how he's going to go more evil. Because the whole thing is, and if you played Injustice 2 and read any of the stories, he gets to that point where he doesn't see himself as a villain, but he extremely is. He's over the top of villain. And it's about protecting Kahndaq there, his homeland and all that. And that's what he's going to do everything for. And it's, in the memory of his son, all that stuff. So that's where his motivation comes from. So then you're going to get the movie where it's going to be Shazam and Superman against Black Adam, because now he's going over the top. He might want to expand. You know what I mean? So he's going to be a villain. They're going to do that. And
Like
that's
the
why he said it.
movie.
Well, hold on. They said it on the red carpet because they kept going, oh, so the next movie is going to be you versus Superman. And he goes, whoa. No, we're not going to do it like that. That's the wrong way to approach it. He said it on the red carpet. He already spit out the plan. So, yeah.
So wait. So he's going to be in Shazam 3? It's just like not even in 2. He should have been in the first one. It's just like, come on.
Oh,
guys.
I agree. I agree with you on that.
Come on now.
They did the little
Well, they
magic
teased
cameo
him
where they teased them, and in this one, at the end, he's got to have some kind of end credit scene, something, because the movie's already in the can. They know the story that they wanted to tell. I'm not as interested in Shazam 2. The first one I had no interest in, and then I saw it and actually liked it. So so I'm willing to see the sequel. I like the costume a lot better, but there's some other choices that they did that pissed me off, including
I like the villain in the first one.
Okay, I got a bone to pick with the first Shazam movie because
Yeah.
there was that little black girl who was really adorable, right? And then when she gets her powers, she turns into that ungodly, gorgeous smoke show in a skin tight outfit, but still talks like a little girl. And I was like, oh my God, why? Why do I feel so wrong about being? Oh God, I'm not gassing. I'm not gassing.
Nelson's going Biden.
She's the girl.
No, he was upset that they did that. Yeah, she should have been acted a little more adult-like. No, I agree. Again, some of the choices that they make, I agree with you. I don't know why they did what they did.
DC just can't with the cinematic universe. Marvel,
I pulled a Vinny.
Disney, and Marvel, like their movies are. I don't know. It's Disney, but the formula that they have for the like how they started with Iron Man, and then they progressed from there. They did it right, and DC like all DC has to do is follow the same formula, and they just for some reason they just can't.
They got to pace themselves.
I disagree. I think they have the formula. The formula is in their animated films.
Oh yeah, their animated ones are so
Their
much better
animated
than
movies are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is like Marvel has been at least up until recently was killing it with the live action, but DC had been killing it for like what 25, 30 years with their animation.
Yep.
I mean, like the Flashpoint movie is out of this world, and I mean, a huge catalog.
That started the DC, pretty much the universe that everybody started watching, and then you go back and get the stuff from before that was even, just as good.
Right. I mean, like for the Suicide Squad movie, all they had to do was take a look at Batman Arkham Assault or something like that.
Assault on Arkham.
Assault on Arkham was take that and then just and use that as the model, and just basically make a live action version of that, and they would have been golden.
Yeah. Well, Keely Chow nailed it too. Yeah, and it was what we're saying. Yeah. Their DC animated universe is greater than the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's greater than fucking DC's. Yeah, go ahead.
I would switch the MCU and the DCEU right now, honestly.
Well, yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah.
no, we can't
Stage
count
4 is awful.
Yeah, stage 4. I said it. That's it. You're done. Just dig a hole 6 feet deep and put the rest of whatever they're planning in there, and then bury it.
Well, the animated Marvel stuff. The reason why that got kind of hamstrung and hacked at the knees was because they had all of those stipulations that, like, they literally had edicts for, like, rules for their action scenes. No male character can punch a female character. Any combat in which a male and female character fight, if the male character attacks, he has to throw the female character. And any strikes to her from a male are depicted off screen. Mm-hmm. And no male character no male hero can defeat a female villain.
No Chris Browning.
Yeah, and it's just like, you just basically like what made Wonder Woman so badass is she took a punch and said, "All right, I'm like in the Flashpoint paradox." She gets like Shoryukened by Shazam, and then she kills kids.
Oh my god!
I mean, that even happened in Zack Snyder's Justice League. She was in that huge fight and she got knocked down, and she kind of like, I don't know, seemed like she enjoyed it.
Yeah, she's like, again, my turn.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now
since the last time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it works. It's there are things that are right there. But you know what else? Nelson he said it in the private too. He said that Willem Dafoe, get him to be the Batman who laughs. Dude, I'd be so down with that.
Oh man.
Oh my god, that
before he gets too old.
Yeah, because I mean, awesome. he was going to play the Joker. It was between him and Jack Nicholson, and it ended up going to Jack. I mean, it would have been a totally different Joker, but holy hell, man, dude, yeah, I that's why I love Dafoe as Green Goblin, because it's pretty much a version of that. But you know, he's such a great actor. Everyone talks about it. It's something that he always got a kick out of too. When he saw all the stuff they did, all the memes of him and you know, painting his face up and all that shit.
Oh, the deep fakes, yeah, those are
great. Oh my god,
dude,
dude,
him, Hamill, and Jack. You've got the 3 Joker series. I mean, you know.
But yeah, I think the Batman Who Laughs, that would be pretty epic. You know, that's
really a freaky storyline.
That storyline was great, and I got to say that I really disliked that whole that metal book or the Batman fucking storyline that they did. But the one-shot stories were excellent. Where it was the Batman, it's in another universe. He kills the Joker, but the Joker had some kind of like toxin thing, and it poisons Batman. And he turns into the Joker pretty much, but he still has the intellect and the knowledge and all that of Batman. So you take the best of both worlds and put them together, and you have one of the most dangerous villains, you know, that they ever created. I thought that was excellent how they did that. You know,
he could be like a looming in the background villain at first, and then slowly become like the one thing that threatens the whole DC universe, and they have like a build up to him, and then a final movie where they have to fight him. You know,
exactly.
What I was really looking forward to after seeing Batman versus Superman, which, like I said, is an abortion. What I was really looking forward to was seeing Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne Batman in the Flashpoint.
Oh yeah, the guns.
Yep.
Thomas Wayne Batman is the coolest of all the alternate universe Batmans. Best alternate dimension Batman ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of like the Punisher. You know, he's like, he lost his kid. He's got nothing else to lose.
Yeah, and his wife turns into the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when I saw that, especially they did that beautifully in the animated film. I got chills. I got chills when like she's sobbing and suddenly the sobs turn to laughter.
Yeah.
Dude, and she moves her hands and you can see that crazy smile on her face, and you're just like, it's just like, no matter what dimension this is, there has to be these avatars for these characters.
And by the way, run.
Yeah.
This is what we should have got Jensen Ackles as Red Hood.
I agree.
Yes.
Oh,
It would have
I
been
was just
perfect.
thinking about that movie where Joker asked for a glass of water with the Black Mask and fucking like kills 3 guys with just a glass of water.
Yep.
Dude.
But yeah, he would have been perfect. Well, he voiced him in Red Hood, but it would have been cool to see him in live action too.
Oh yeah.
Aren't they gonna make him gay?
Oh,
Aren't they gonna
no.
make him
Oh,
gay?
actually, here's a better picture.
Not my Dean Winchester. He's not gay.
Yeah, what are you talking
I've seen his wife.
Son of a bitch.
No, I'm talking about the character, like any of those
Yeah, I know.
characters, like because I know they're talking. Was Tim Drake was Robin? What was Red Hood's name?
Jason
What was his
Todd.
name?
Jason Todd.
Jason Todd. I'm trying to think which
movie we're talking about. I think it was
You're
Tim
talking
Drake.
about Dick
Yeah,
Grayson.
yeah.
You're talking about Tim Drake because Dick Grayson started banging Starfire, or no,
Okay.
Starfire. Yeah,
he banged
I
Starfire.
can't because they were
he
talking about
banged
doing.
Batgirl.
So is Tim
Okay.
Drake then Red Robin?
He's
I think
he's
so. Isn't he?
I thought Tim Drake
Red
was
Robin.
Nighthawk or Night. What is it?
No, Dick Grayson is
Dick
Nightwing.
Grayson's that's right. That's right.
Yeah, and Damian Wayne is normal Robin. He's the Robin with the
Yeah.
sword.
Damon
No,
Wayne.
Damon Wayne. Damon Wayne's his handyman. Everybody.
You
knows
don't
that.
get your mind off that pain.
Homie, don't play that.
Come with me, handyman. Y'all ready to up and away.
And Head Detective. You remember Head Detective? He was him too.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
Potato Head.
I made a meme out of this guy the other day who was talking shit on Twitter, and oddly enough, he ended up looking like the Head Detective.
Hey,
oh shit. Well, hello,
Another
Tim,
animated one. Hey, Tim. Sorry.
That's all right. And yes, and hello, ETEP. I think Tommy jumped out so you can come on because we damn full panel tonight.
Oh damn.
Shit. Thank you, man. I'm out of focus, so I'll just go off camera. But yeah, man.
Hey,
Thanks.
real quick.
Sorry, I was watching Yellowstone with the wife.
Oh. Can we
Okay,
get Steve
nice.
Harvey as the head detective so he actually looks like Mr. Potato Head? Wait, did I do a racism?
No.
Who was that guy that did CNN?
We'll
there?
allow it.
The fat bald guy that has the high pitched voice.
Oh, is it Brian Stetler?
Yeah, Brian Stelter.
Stelter.
Yeah.
I see
Stelter,
you, enemy. You don't think I see you? You don't think I see you?
Hold on.
Yeah, didn't that clown get fired? I mean,
Yep.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
You said it, dude. Here you are.
Stop sending me this shit. People were sending him that on Twitter, and he was getting so mad.
Nice.
Al Roker, I always
Miss.
thought. Al Roker, that was this weatherman here in
Yeah.
New York.
Yep.
I always thought he would be the perfect star for Mr. Potato Head, the movie.
I don't know, man. Spartacus is pretty close too. Cory Booker. He's another one.
Oh man.
I don't know though. He's from Jersey. I have a feeling he hangs. Never mind.
What is up with Rosario Dawson? Is she married to him or is she just dating him?
No, they're married, and then she comes out
man.
as bisexual when she got accused of being a transphobe a couple of years ago. That shit was great. It's like they're like, you're a transphobe. Yeah, she's like, you're a transphobe. I'm bisexual. Aren't you married to Cory Booker? Yeah, but I'm still bisexual. So that makes you not a trans? Like, I don't understand how that works, but you go ahead and do your
And then she gets hired for Star Wars, but they fired Gina Carano.
Yeah. Right? Yeah,
exactly. Well, now what I've always wondered is like why do they hate Henry Cavill? I've always thought that maybe it's because he was dating Gina Carano.
He was
that
dating
his
her.
crime?
That's
Yep.
not the reason. That's not the reason why
He's not a
he's.
soy.
Yeah,
He hasn't drunk the Kool-Aid.
They hate his guts.
No, yeah,
Because he's
a
what,
man. Hold
what
on.
we like.
Yeah, it's because he's a man. People like this guy because he's tough, but he's got that gentle charm. He's got a lot of charisma. People love that. But
Everybody loves him.
Well,
Everybody loves him.
He has that hopefulness about the character, and they don't want that. That's why they were going to destroy it all. It was again, there was agenda that they were going to put in there. So that's why Zaslav, when he bought the damn thing, he said, "No, we're going to go back and we're going to fix this because this is a mess. What their plan is," and he did it. He shit-canned a whole bunch of movies and shows because they were going in that direction. He's like, "No, that's the wrong direction. You have established characters. You have something strong. Even if we don't like the stories, we can still work off of that." And that's what they're going to do now.
Henry Cavill represents everything they're trying to destroy. Like women like him because he's hot. Dudes like him because he's a nerd and he doesn't hate like the fandom because he's as much of a geek as we are.
Yeah, he's that rare case where you have a guy that an actor that's as popular with the fellas as with the ladies.
Yep.
And doesn't he not get political at all? Like he doesn't.
Not at all.
Nope.
I don't know what his political affiliation is, and that's what I like it.
But I think maybe that's it too. Maybe it's not what he said; it's what he hasn't said.
Yep. Yeah. Done a struggle session yet.
They see that. They see that as him refusing to take an active role as an ally, and to people like we see that glom onto these kind of things. That is a huge no. He refuses to be an ally, so therefore he must be a bigot because he simply doesn't want to espouse his political views and alienate anybody because the guy knows how to have mass appeal, and that is by keeping your mouth shut about things that don't need to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And also, studies show there's a direct correlation between being an SJW and being lousy in the sack.
Oh,
Truth.
Dude, this is just unbelievable. All this shit, it's insane. Fucking insane.
Clown World's a thing, man. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise.
All right, where's Tony?
Honk honk.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, Driven, you gotta get going.
I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop off. I kind of need to get to bed because I was up really late last night.
Oh no worries, man. No worries.
I figured I'd stop in for a little bit.
We will miss your dancing Pepe.
Dude, I appreciate it too. And last night was a lot of fun, man. That whole wrestling event. Holy crap! And that one fight, dude, there had to be like 4 pints of blood in the ring. It was crazy.
Abattoir.
Well, ROH now has their own at the Scrum or whatever. They announced like what they're doing for their TV or whatever. So they have a thing called it's Honor Club. Apparently, it was a thing before they bought the rights to it. Well, they repurposed it and made it are making it better, and it's going to be like a subscription service for all the ROH stuff, and then all the pay-per-views. Once a pay-per-view airs, it'll be there like 90 days after it airs, and then once they start doing their TV stuff, it'll be on there as well. That'll be where the TV basically will be, and then they'll have just ROH guys that are in ROH, and some will jump back and forth and do things with AEW, and then New Japan guys will also be on there as well. So
nice,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So everyone go subscribe to Draven's channel. He's got great content out there, and we're always having a blast. Again, those wrestling streams are a ton of fun. But hell yeah, man! Anything else you want to let the people know?
Just next Friday, we'll be doing Dynamite and Rampage back to back at probably like 10 p.m. So yeah,
awesome, man.
We'll do those both back to back. It'll be like a 300 sub celebration as well. So
nice,
so, yeah.
Awesome,
very cool, man, dude. Always awesome having you, man. Dude, have a great night, and man, we'll hang out again real soon.
All right, take care, guys.
Peace out,
Raven.
Later. Night,
brother. Dude, that wrestling match. Holy shit, was that insane? But Liam, dude, if you want to pop in, we got room now. If you do want to pop in, but it's all this stuff is insane. What's been going on? I am curious to see what's going to go on too with the whole drops because Elon, he's been talking about it again. He said it in his pronouns today. Prosecute and defouch. Yeah. So and then he said that he's going to be dropping a lot of stuff real soon. I think the next drop is going to be.
It's a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger. Don't you know that? That's what all my Democrat friends are saying. It's a nothing burger. There's nothing to see here. Move on.
Willful ignorance.
It's It's always they just turn around. They try to reflect it on. Well, they try to paint Elon as this like right way. It's so funny to try to hear the mental gymnastics and trying to paint Elon Musk as some kind of like right wing like specter. It is amazing. The man owns an electric car company. I mean, he's not exact. Yeah, just look at everything he does. Nothing. He takes advantage of the cat. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Trump was the Democrats' like darling until 2015 when he openly declared. I mean, think about it: a rich, wealthy Manhattan, New York socialite married to a beautiful Eastern European woman, which the left, romanticizes that European type culture, and then he says, I'm going to run for president as a Republican, and all of a sudden racist bigot, his wife's a whore. He's never done anything for black people. I mean, in his life. And it's like, dude, there's so many cases. He let that homeless woman live in his building. I mean, he sends her flowers, once a week. I mean, this dude, Jennifer Hudson said, everybody knows what he's done. Everybody knows.
Here's the thing. Yeah, they want to attack somebody like that. When on the other hand, during the whole shutdown and everything, every single one of these Democrats made millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And don't forget, when AOC started, she couldn't even pay her rent. And now she's worth like 19 million or 20 million, something like that. How did that happen?
Yeah.
How do public servants become multi-millionaires, sometimes in the hundreds of millions of dollars from public service? You don't see cops getting rich being a beat cop,
She sold out faster than the PS5, man. I remember, I'm here in New York, and when she won that seat, she won it against like an establishment Democrat, so like a Clintonite, right? So we were all psyched. We were thinking like, oh my god, like this is awesome. And well, I mean, to say that she's a disappointment is an understatement. But man, all my Democrat friends, they're still drinking the Kool-Aid. If you don't like her, it's like, well, why do you hate women?
Oh, dude. Again, they always go to the stupidest things that it's not even an argument. It's just horseshit. It's crazy. It's just crazy talk.
It's madness. It's absolute madness. But then again, it's just like once I figured once Orange Man was gone, they would get their critical thinking abilities back. They haven't.
No.
Because they're still using that excuse.
Oh no, that was
they want to milk it.
Yeah, well, look, I don't like Trump either, but I didn't allow him to completely destroy my critical thinking ability. They're just
they never had it though. The problem is they never had it. They were brainwashed.
Assassin told Brian he needs better friends.
Yeah, no shit.
No. Well, the thing is like people don't realize how easy it is to fall for like being brainwashed. We have been conditioned. Generation X has been the worst generation as far as being conditioned. Like we're looking at Gen Z and laughing at them. Oh, millennials. Oh, no, we were the first. We were the first full generation to get all of that indoctrination.
I agree.
And the ones that woke up and the ones that snapped out of it, we're looking at a whole world of scary shit because we're the minority.
Just because I think our globalist masters are godlike and can do no wrong doesn't mean I'm brainwashed, guys.
The thing is like Yuri Bezmenov warned us. He warned us. It was right there, and everything he said back in '84 has come to fruition.
It's true.
Yeah. Did you guys see this?
What the hell?
What the heck am I looking at?
Yeah, they're doing swabs, the new test conducted by a robot.
Oh my god!
Here's the robot.
That's
when you
Thank you for your cooperation.
RoboCop ain't putting his swab in me, but I'll nail the chick from Ex Machina.
Well, in San Francisco, didn't they just like recently just like say, yeah, it's okay to have killer robots?
Yeah.
That's fine. We're all fine.
It's
fine.
And 209s on the street are fine. Yes.
You have 30 seconds to comply.
I already put my gun down.
20 seconds to comply.
Scary shit, man. Scary shit.
Yeah, Liam, I sent you the link. There he is.
And Brian, that
15
answer
seconds.
To your question is when they say, "Well, why do you hate women?" Go, look, I just don't trust anything that bleeds for a week and doesn't die. I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Oh, damn, Mr. Garrison.
Hey, now.
Kazing.
Hey, Liam, Mr. Grant Gregory refused to answer this question, but I need to know, does the Australian military have kangaroo cavalry?
No, we don't. Unfortunately, they're too wild that you can't domesticate them there.
Ah, okay.
What about wombats?
The cops or the kangaroos?
What?
If you want kangaroo cavalry, you got to rock up to Themyscira, guys. That's where that's.
There was. Come on, there was a Captain Kangaroo. Why can't we have a kangaroo cavalry?
Ping pong ball.
Right? Crazy. It's all crazy.
Am I the only one that remembers Captain Kangaroo? Please tell me I'm not the only one.
I remember Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, ping pong ball.
It's like God.
No, it's all right. Sorry, I was looking at other memes that possibly I could show. Maybe I shouldn't show. I figure I shouldn't show this one.
Yes. Oh, look, it's a burrito.
Trust the science.
Gonna drop the kids off at the pool.
I represent the science.
I think all of these men who think they're women need to experience the internal ultrasound. And then you tell me you're a woman.
Oh, that's fabulous gold.
By the way, Australia invented the ultrasound. I learned that last night. You're welcome.
Nice. Well, that transgender person is real happy now. They saw the little pile of shit. Here's another one. They swabbed her arse. It came back positive. I've got climate change.
I'm waiting for them to have a climate change vaccination. I can't wait for that one. That'll be fucking awesome.
LA is doing lockdowns again.
Of course.
What?
Climate change lockdowns?
Yes, they are.
What?
Oh,
These people. Holy shit.
Sorry, I don't mean to yell, but that's wow.
It is, dude. It's crazy. These people are absolutely insane. Who is believing this anymore? Again, with the drops that are happening.
There's a lot of people still buying this shit.
Oh,
Yep.
tons.
You
Absolutely.
still see these morons wearing masks alone in their cars.
Yes. Dude, I saw somebody. I live in New York, man. So people are still masked up here. I saw somebody riding a bicycle the other day with a mask on.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I've
We
seen
call
it.
that religion.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a religion.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean,
I was
last
just gonna
knew
say,
we
man,
didn't live in
here-
China where you needed a mask to breathe the
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Look, like if you have like a compromised immune system and that shit like helps you sleep better at night, then you know what? Okay, I understand. Like, and if it just makes you feel better, then cool. Just don't look down. Like I'm past that now. I'm just like I kind of feel sorry for people that are like still doing it because they're pre-programmed to, just go along. But like if you're like honest to God, like, hey, look, I have a reason for this, then you know what? If that, I'm fine with it at this point. I am. Like, I'm not gonna do it ever again. Like, it's not gonna happen. But if you want to do it, and that, and I'm not bending the knee to this shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm just indifferent towards it now because at this point, you know what? I'm not. That battle's over for me. I'm not. I'm not fighting it. You drew.
You got to do it though.
That's it. You drew your line in the sand, and that's where you chose to be, and that's okay. That is fine. But don't castigate me or try to exclude me from society because I refuse to capitulate to this nonsense again. All right, again.
And don't forget too. Every one of these motherfuckers who said the same shit over and over, passing the lies off about what the hell those shots do, what the masks do, all that crap. They had the evidence come back in their face. Then they admitted it later on. And then what happens? They don't say anything. They don't do anything. There's no repercussions. And people have gotten sick. People have gotten hurt. All this other crazy shit that's happening. I can speak too because my uncle is going through some crazy shit right now too because of certain things regarding that. You know, this is
Sorry to hear that,
frightening.
brother.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man. I appreciate it. But yeah, we thought he was out of the woods. He's not. There's still a lot of crazy shit going on because of what happened, what's in those things. That's why I'm real curious to see what's going to happen with the next drops from Twitter, because they're going to be big, and it's not just going to be for the U.S. This is going to be for the world. And
But there will be no consequences,
Well,
man. There will be no consequences for these motherfuckers.
Listen, well,
They're too big for
here's the
mob.
thing.
No.
Well, here's the thing. There's 3 weeks left in this year. Then they said that the Republicans they could start to do investigations, prosecutions. They could do that in January. Now, if they don't do it, then I think they should be up in arms. They should be flipping the fuck out, because this is enough at this point.
Dude, both sides were dirty as fuck, dude.
No,
both of them.
Well, I know both sides. Hold on.
It's
I
a
know both sides.
uniparty.
Hold on. I understand that. But there's a couple of people that are putting up the good fucking fight. People like Rand Paul. There's a few of them there that are pushing in certain directions because they know what's going on.
Until I see results, it's all theater. 2020 was enough. Enough.
Well, that's what I just said. I understand that. We got 3 weeks left in this year.
Nothing's happening.
And then they get it. Now, if they don't do anything in that fucking month of January, then yeah, you can say, oh, yep.
They've already proven they've already, dude. It is all bullshit. It's political theater. We have a mono party, and on top of that, we already had the political stage set for us to not be able to rebel against them. They called it an insurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
We can't do anything. That was politically set up to knock us down before we They preemptively did that so that we cannot.
Absolutely.
Like they put barbed wire around the goddamn White House,
dude.
And left it there.
And there was a agent provocateur, like an actual like CIA spook.
Yep.
That was riling those people up.
I had friends that went there.
Yeah.
I had friends. His Cambodian wife is like, he's filming it. She's looking at her phone going, why is there fire and smoke? Right. Look, we're standing right where this is showing and there's no fire and what's going on?
Yeah.
Right.
And I shared that video on Facebook and they kicked me off of Facebook.
Chris Hedges predicted this years ago. He said that like even the most tepid forms of protest will be forbidden.
Yep. It'll be
And
another
that's
insurrection.
And that's how they they staged a riot, right? They provoked a riot. They set up a riot, and that riot, like they turned it into a coup, right? There was just an attempted coup in Germany. It was, I mean, there was no way that they were going to succeed, but a lot of people could have gotten killed, right? They were going to like do some Yukio Mishima shit and take like a guy like that's like related to the Kaiser Wilhelm. And like take over the government and install him as the Roman Empire, as the emperor, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had no right, but the German police got on top of that shit, squashed that shit quick. But at least that shit was real, right? That was an actual coup that they were planning. No chance of success, but to call a riot a fucking and one that was set up.
Yeah. It's smoke and mirrors. We fucking know this shit. Yeah, Bitch McConnell's got to go. Keely, yeah, you are right 100%. But yeah, the majority of
all got to go.
Dude, dude, the funniest one I saw.
Riot.
Well, the funniest one.
Get back here, Tommy.
The funniest one that I saw was what's her name, Kristen Sinema. That she because she wanted to ride the coattails of other people, and she saw it got a lot of attention when Tulsi Gabbard left the Democratic Party. So she goes, "I left too," but she's voting on all the same bills.
Yep.
The only thing is she walks into now she walks into work and goes, "I'm an independent." There is no difference whatsoever.
Well, the most important question is she put her dress on the right way.
He just doing drive-bys.
Don't forget what Razorfist says. Don't simp for cinema. Also, let me add, don't simp for Gabbard either.
Yeah.
Yep.
And not only that, don't simp for Gash.
Don't say gay. Wait. Don't say
Gash
gay.
for Gash.
Don't say.
Well, don't simp for anybody, man. Don't simp for anybody. Always have your own fucking thoughts, for fuck's sake.
Yep.
Of course, man. Of course, because it's gonna go back to the old days. I mean, we got some monkey artwork because we got Brian here too. It's gonna be like this, man. It's gonna be a standoff. It's gonna be a standoff in the desert, and someone's gonna get shit in the eye.
What? Oh no! What is this? Where did this come from?
I saw this meme somewhere.
Wow.
I thought it was hilarious.
It is.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had to remember we were live. I almost made a joke. I'm like, never mind. I'm not.
What was that book called? Was that Turd Gun Gorilla?
That was
Shit Gun Gorilla.
that was. God damn it! Never mind.
Volume 2.
Never,
Trade paperback.
One day in the Chimpy West.
And the classics never die either.
Fistful of poo. Oh, man.
Skeletor.
She looks like Cruella de Vil.
Just put it in my mouth. In my motherfucking mouth.
I wonder if Nancy Pelosi has a coat made of Dalmatian puppies.
Fucking Skeletor, dude.
You're wrong.
No, it's made of children's tears.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You're wrong. I have 3 of them.
I just expect the
And
Martians
beagles.
from Mars
she's
Attack
so
to be running
fucking
around for some reason.
Fauci had to meet out of beagle. These people are all demented, all of them. But yeah,
Well, they're sociopaths.
they are. They absolutely are. You know, Frankie said it too.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
they were interviewing a lot of them though, about like those drops and stuff too, and they're like, "No, it doesn't mean nothing." And then they go about their day, you know, robbing the American people instead of working for them. Shit.
Why can't they just be healthy psychotics like me? You know,
Right?
Vinny, it's impossible. She can't have 3 of those coats because she only takes Dalmatians that worked at firehouses.
It would not surprise me. Let me put it this way: it would not surprise me. Cruella de Vil.
You know,
man.
if we wouldn't have the society we have now, if more people sat on thrones made of the skulls of their enemies, I mean, seriously, like,
This is what
if you-
I've been advocating for. This is what I've been saying.
this is the kind of world I want to live. This is the kind of world Ron Gashman wants. If I can't live in a world where you sit on the thrones of the animatronics you've defiled, then why am I even here? Why? How did I get these monkeypox from a robot on this small world fucking ride?
What to see this moment
How?
run it through and hear the lamentations of the animatronics?
No, it's a dangerous question to ask that question, especially if you ask it to Fauci, because you know what is best is like to vax your enemies, see them get vaxxed before you, and watch them all have cardiac arrest.
Yeah,
Mario Carditis.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well, yeah, you do get the
Ask
feeling.
Rod Stewart.
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
It's
For
Mario Carditis. Oh no.
Liam, you were saying? Sorry.
I don't even remember something about skulls of my enemies, thrones, the
Oh,
normal
yes.
stuff.
make a chalice with their skull and drink from it.
See, that's it right there. If you're sitting on a throne made from the skulls of your enemies, drinking from a chalice crafted from a skull and a femur, and maybe a foot, I mean, you know,
Unless
you're
that foot belongs to Brie Larson.
yeah. Well, no, then it's a cloven. Actually, it's a talon.
Yeah.
But then seriously, you think about it. You're wearing a cape made of skin. You know what I mean? Never mind. We're going a little bit post-apocalyptic here, but I mean, nobody's gonna mess with you at that point.
Yep, like Vlad the Impaler.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Pete, you missed earlier. We did cover one of the topics. It was Gashman and how he was doing voice work on Pinocchio and described it like having sex. He's talking about a children's movie and he's equating his performance to like having sex. This guy is
Yeah, that's fucking creepy. Is this the new Del Toro Pinocchio?
is what?
Is this the new Del Toro Pinocchio?
Frankie saw it. Holy shit!
I've only seen the first 6 minutes. And then I had to stop because I had baby stuff I needed to take care of. She was carrying on. So
that was probably 6 minutes too long.
Yeah, it sounds like you could avoid it like the plague because it's just political shit all over, fascism all over. The guy's a nut job, and everything's about death in that whole movie. The whole fucking thing he said.
Is this a John Cusack
Well, to be
movie?
fair, so's the original story of Pinocchio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he smashes Jiminy with a hammer and squashes him dead. You know, like it's about the decline of obey your parents, don't be a fucker.
Yeah, but he says
this is what I was saying earlier, Liam, is that like fairy tales are meant to be dark. A lot of them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But he said it wasn't a message about learning lessons. It was something darker and more strange. He said when he saw it. Because it didn't come off where kids need to be learning lessons from it. That's not what they did. He failed in an epic way because all he wanted to do was push political views. So I'm not going to watch it. Frankie saw it. I can't speak too much more on it because
the lesson is don't get in a soundproof room with booth with Ron Perlman if you're a child.
That's right. Holy
in here, nobody can hear you scream when I turn off that mic.
You want to be a real boy?
Beware the spacey.
Lie to me, Pinocchio.
That's what this is looking at me too.
I've got to wonder if they're going to have the Island of Lost Boys in here. You know what I mean? Like it's
no, Mr. Gunn, no.
Somebody say Lost Boys.
They're all going to wind up on Mr. E's Island.
Hold on, I got to look at Pinocchio right
the island of
on his face. Making him lie.
The Island of Lost Boys. Kevin Spacey has entered the chat.
Yeah.
Frankie says, "I know the
Here on
story.
Mystery Island.
This wasn't it." He said, even the whale." He goes, "It's not what it's supposed to be. The whole thing is just fucked."
Understood,
you know
Frankie.
what? I mean, they've taken some of these older stories and they've put in spins on them at different times. Like the one with Robin Williams when they redid like the Hook story, it redid Peter Pan and everything. Even though they changed a lot of elements to the original story, it still wasn't horrible and it wasn't so far off from the original version that there was a huge disconnect. You could still kind of follow it. Yeah. Now it's like they want to just completely destroy everything that came before, and they want to rewrite it their own way so they can push their own message. At this point, they should have Ron Perlman, John Cusack, and every other one of those extreme lefty libtards working on these movies together, so we can epically watch them fail.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree.
Well, I mean, Guillermo never struck me as like that kind of a political guy. I mean, he is a horror guy, and horror films very often do have political aspects.
He's usually really fucking good. Like
the Devil's
really great episodes
right,
in it.
Right. The Devil's Backbone is political. Pan's Labyrinth is very political. And supposedly what I've been hearing is that this Pinocchio is supposed to be the third installment in that kind of trilogy. Now, I haven't seen it, so I have no opinion on it.
It'll be the fourth one. Because there's the Devil's Backbone, the Orphanage, and then Labyrinth of the Fallen.
But he didn't direct the Orphanage.
I did think that it was a little bit weird that Pinocchio was this troublesome little boy right at the beginning, right after he's made. Right. And the Nazi is like because there's an actual Nazi in it, like an actual Nazi. And he's like, this boy likes discipline. He must go to school. And so the Nazi sends Pinocchio to school to learn discipline. And I was kind of like, that's a bit odd. But I guess, you got the Jewish people hiding from the Nazis and stuff.
He also...
This was
hold on. All of this weird cherubim. I'm talking like Old Testament original wheel and fire in the sky style angels showing up in it. And I was like, what the fuck? But that's as far as we saw.
Yeah, well, Frankie also said... He also said they put Mussolini in it, and he talks like Dilo De Laurentiis in it. I love the puppets. Then they make fun of him. I hated the puppets. Get the puppets. This is some bizarre shit. And he said, if it's for adults, state it. He goes, this isn't for kids, and it's like they're pushing it for kids.
All right.
So what happened? They couldn't get Al Pacino to fill that role.
He was too busy waiting for Kratos to finish the speech.
Well, you know, I'll check it out and make up my own mind, as we all should, right? But I have to say, I haven't liked a single Guillermo movie since Hellboy 2. I mean,
well, he started playing up to Hollywood. I think after he got his Oscar, then he went completely off the rails because they saw that one stupid movie with the circus freaks and what's his name, Bradley Cooper. It was a horrible, horrible movie. Everything about it was just shit. There was nothing intriguing about it.
I haven't seen it because I've honestly sort of lost interest in him as a filmmaker.
I did too.
Yeah.
There's a couple movies that I've seen from him. I'm like, no, these are terrible. And you know, and there were things I like that he's done. His horror stuff is cool. But
supposedly, according to a friend of mine, he went to a screening of that Bradley Cooper movie, and Del Toro was there, and he said was like the most awesome guy, that he hung out and talked to everybody afterwards, that he was just like super duper humble, and also my friend, being a good friend, put a copy of the Six Gun Gorilla trade paperback in his hands, and
nice.
I'm waiting for that call, Guillermo. I may not be a fan of your movies right now, but I'll take your money.
Don't worry, he's not watching.
Quick,
on now.
The tragedy of Hellboy 2, though, is that Guillermo del Toro got all the credit for that when oil painting artist Chet Zar designed most of the creatures in that, and he did not get enough credit.
Steve,
the monsters in that.
Chet Zar, all the way, baby.
That movie is a monster lover's pizza with extra monster.
Yes, and that was all Chet Zar.
And I got to say,
he's an amazing artist.
I did not know that.
I'm glad you brought that up because something similar happened too with the Predator movie. The design of the killer looking freaking Predator, that was not done by Stan Winston and his team. It was somebody else. I forgot the guy's name. When I was working at McFarlane, someone knew who he was and actually was in contact with him too. This dude came up with the entire fucking design of it, and Stan Winston fucking ran with it and took all the credit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yep. It's crazy, but that's how they are. But Stan Winston, I mean, he wasn't shy in that stuff. He said it. He goes, "Yeah, if you got great ideas, I'll take them and call them mine." He said it multiple times.
Oh, okay. Well, at least he's honest.
He was honest about it. I'll give him that. And I met him before he passed away. And he was a nice guy, and his team are pretty cool people. Like, you got to chat with them for a little bit too. But when it comes to the Hollywood stuff, dude, yeah, they have their knives nice and sharp. They don't care. They'll do whatever they need to. And that's what's disgusting.
It doesn't hurt to give other people credit. It makes you look more confident if you're like not always me, but sometimes going this guy.
That's it.
It can leave you liable. It can leave you liable to lawsuits in Hollywood. So everyone's got to be me. Got to be a bit cutthroat. It's pretty shitty, but I agree.
It is shitty, but I mean, people should be.
People get walked on. Good people get.
I considered that.
Well, they should be more kind, and they should, I don't know, make brownies for each other, It's like this person.
Oh. Yeah, it's a little less than appetizing.
Oh,
God, do I have to spell it out? Somebody shit in the pool.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
I don't know, dude. It's all madness right now. I hope shit can get back to some kind of level of normal at some point, but...
I think Trevor Moore from The Whitest Kids You Know said it best a few years ago before he died in one of his comedy specials. It's time for guillotines. It's time to raise the boards. It's time to sharpen blades. We just can't do this anymore.
Well, why did we stop doing tar and feathering?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Good question.
No, I mean, like, honestly, like when public servants are getting richer than the people they're serving, like that means we're past the point of correction, and there needs to be something more, in depth to take place.
Yeah,
and if that's what we need politicians to be afraid of the people they're like in ancient Greece. The true democracy. Every 5 years, you had an audit basically of how am I doing as a leader, and if you got more black stones in your jar than white stones, then they exiled you for 10 years.
Damn,
bring that shit back.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yes.
Jeez, yeah. It's just fucking crazy.
Well, that's the thing. You have these sociopaths who are just allowed to just act with complete impunity.
Yeah, they're an aristocracy. They're not.
Yep.
They're not politicians.
Yep.
Well, that's it. They got to keep exposing them. I mean, something's going to have to give at some point, because once they start taking away everything from everyone, once they start sending IRS to your door, there is going to be a shitstorm happening. You know.
Hey, you will own nothing and like it. Eat the bugs. Eat the bugs, Vinny. Eat the bugs.
Eat the bugs.
Eat the bugs.
You will eat the
You will
bugs.
eat.
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that.
And be happy.
Yeah.
And you will give all your wealth to the state, and then the state will be happy with you, and you can go back to your hovel and live on your dirt floor and like it.
No, you're going to live in your little pod in a wall.
What blows my mind is that I guess there was nobody there that went and said, "Oh, so you'll own nothing too, right?"
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, "That's where you're wrong, Chief."
But let's pivot into another conversation, because we have Nelson here, and he had some problems on his stream. But if anyone wants to talk about some alien stuff, I mean, I'd like to hear some from Nelson, because it sounds like you had a couple of good stories.
Oh man, yeah, shit. Well, like I said, I think I was telling ETEP about this. I was visiting my parents, and I was headed back to Elkhart back when I lived there, and I stopped at this cornfield because I just got this really weird urge to just get out and look at the sky. And about 10, 15 miles away by these radio towers, I saw this little light. I didn't steal that meme. I found the motherfucker right there.
You know what voice it's into. It's, I didn't steal that meme. I found this motherfucker right there, man.
So you went outside.
Yeah, I saw this little light standing by this cornfield. The corn wasn't very tall. It was like the beginning of June. And so this light was kind of hovering, and I said out loud, "If you are what I think you are, do something crazy." And it went from one side of the sky back to where it was in like seconds, to the point that if there was a pilot in there with conventional technology, they would have been soup against the wall in the interior. And I went, no shit. So I got my phone out and I tried taking a video of it. And I've got kind of a crappy phone. I had an even crappier phone back then. And I couldn't pick it up. And this thing was just kind of sitting there hovering, like it was waiting for me to get done fucking with my phone. So finally I put my phone away because I couldn't get a video of it. And I said, hey, do a zigzag. And it went whoop, 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 and just, I mean, moved like 2 miles, 1 mile back. 2 miles. Like this thing was just shrieking across the sky. Yeah. And so finally I said, okay, if you really are what I think you are, break the atmosphere, just do it as quickly as possible, and maybe I'll see you around sometime. And it went shoom and just took off, and then it was just gone in a blink of an eye. And I thought to myself, okay, I don't know if I don't think I'm like special or anything. I think it was just a right place, right time thing. I don't know if they could hear me, or there was some kind of telepathic link, or if it was, if there was anybody in that ship, if it was automated, if it was like an intelligent ball of energy. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was awesome. So,
wow.
I've told this story before. It's much less great.
Contact with
Much
the guy
less
you got
great.
those mushrooms from?
No, I was sober. I was dead
You'll
sober.
be amazed. You'll be amazed at the things that the stories that people will tell you when you let them know that you're open to this sort of thing.
Yeah.
So Nelson, man, I've told this story before. You probably haven't heard me tell it, but I'll keep it real short. But I'm coming back along the Bruce Highway in Brisbane with my partner. It's late at night. It's back in during the massive storms that we had where there was the green lightning. It was like really wild, right? So we're driving tail to tail with a bunch of other cars, and the rain's so heavy that you can barely sort of see really much ahead of you. But you can still see the lights in the night, right? So I'm driving down this highway, and I spot a light in the sky with my missus spots it first, and basically we watch as this thing moves across, and we assume that it's a helicopter, right? Because it's not doing zigzags, it's not flying around, it's not like zip and zapping all about. It just looks like a helicopter. So we watch this. as it just flies over and then it stops in the middle of the highway about a mile up ahead of us, right? And it's just floating over the highway. And again, nothing suspicious at this point. We just think, okay, it's the helicopter's going to make an emergency landing because the storm's so bad or something. So we get up ahead. And as we get closer, we actually see that it's three spotlights that look like motorcycle headlights shining through the rain, basically. And this thing is big. So we're going, okay, what the hell is this? We get all the way up to it, right? And we can see it's this big gunmetal gray triangle that is just floating over the road, right? Now, if you have a look at the story gets much more interesting. So, if you have a look at those photos, those famous photos of Berlin, where it's the black triangles and it's got the central light in the bottom.
TR3B.
It didn't look like that. It didn't have a light in the bottom. In fact, we got up so close to it, right, that when we drove underneath it, right, it stops. Like it's like a curtain of rain. It was like a curtain of rain, and so we pull up, and the other people pull up with us, and we all get down, right? And we're looking up at this thing, and it didn't look like a sci-fi alien craft. It looked like the hull of an old ship. Like it looked like it was, like built a machine. Like it
wait, you could see rivets.
Yeah, basically we could see indents and stuff like that. So we started looking for a flag, and all the women are gathered up and are talking to each other, and they're all strangers. And me and the men folk are just walking around underneath this thing, right? Looking up at it. And I'm thinking, like, I'm excited. I'm a fucking weirdo, though, right? So I'm like, if these things try to abduct us, I'm gonna fight a fucking alien. Like, this is gonna
you want to fight everyone.
I'm doing the snake eyes thing in my mind where I'm like, don't allow them to psychically paralyze yourself, Liam. Build a maze within your mind so that
I'd be shitting myself with fear.
So
the tiny orange tyrant
I was fucking
versus the aliens.
I was fucking pumped. I was like, oh my God, I've seen all of the X-Files and shit. I'm not just going to sit there paralyzed and let these things stick something up my ass. I'm going to go down swinging.
Yeah.
So basically, we wander around underneath this thing, and we're there for about 14 minutes or so, right? And then everyone gets bored. This isn't mind control or anything like that. The people literally just got bored of standing around in the rain. Well, underneath the rain. It was dry underneath it. But they just got bored. And they're like, we're just going to keep going. We're going to go home now. We're going to keep going.
What?
Like,
and this thing was only 100 feet above you?
Like, that's how I reacted too. I'm like, no, this is like an alien craft. And my missus, right? My missus at the time, this is why I had to kick her to the curb. But my missus at the time was like, Liam, I want to get home. It's late.
What?
It's probably just some secret thing from the base they have in Western Australia.
Oh, Pine Gap?
Yeah, like that's no big deal either. I'm going to take the car and go, and I'll just leave you here if you don't get back in the car.
Liam, was it completely silent?
Yeah. But then
okay, no engine.
I don't know if it was 100% silent or we couldn't hear anything because the rain was so loud. We had to yell at each other to be able to hear each other through the rain, right? So,
damn.
So I'm not sure, but like it didn't do anything freaky or weird or alienies. But I'm like gushing and nerding out about this thing, right?
Yeah.
Just treats it like it's not a big deal after the first 5 minutes. They just go like, is anything going to happen? Nothing happens.
Well, you see, I would leave too, but that would be because I would be shitting myself with fear. I'd be running.
I was
one of these it.
Yeah, that's kind of TR3B.
It didn't have the lights underneath it. It had the lights on the front, like the front of a motorcycle. It had no lights underneath it at all. Right? But anyway, like this, you see these photos have all got the lights under them, but that's not how this looked. The lights were on the forwards facing front of the vehicle on each corner. But anyway, yeah, so eventually everyone just leaves and we drive away. And as we're driving away, like I'm driving and I'm like listening to Smashing Pumpkins, waiting for the radio to go off, waiting for anything. And I'm looking out the back of the car and through the rearview mirror, just waiting for it to like zip off, like you said, just like fly away, do something. And it never did. It just stayed there the whole time.
Wow.
And
did you get any pictures?
See it. We couldn't. We took photos. I've got them all on I've still got them on my old crappy like T-Mobile flip phone, right? But it's just this tiny, itty-bitty little orange speck in black, and it's all grainy, like you can't see anything. We took photos, all of us did. And I put up a big ad in the papers the next day. Well, not the next day, but like a couple of days later, going, anyone that was there, those people, please get back in contact with us. Like, I went to all the UFO groups and was like, did anyone see anything? Nothing. I got home and I was like, nah, these motherfuckers are going to try and like abduct me. So I set up like a web camera on our bed and shit. And I was like, I'm like, but nothing happened. Nothing happened. And that's the end of the story. It's uneventful, but it was just really.
It was 100 feet above you. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I could have hit it. It was so high above that I could have hit it with a football. If I threw a football at it, I could have hit it.
Oh, so less than 100 feet.
Yeah, it was like, but the thing is, the thing that's really weird is like everyone's reaction. They weren't psychically controlled or anything like that. I don't think. They just literally after like 5 to 6 minutes of just wandering around looking at this, waiting for something, just got bored and didn't want to.
I would not get bored. No.
That's astounding. You know
I
what
would have
that
stayed
reminds
and
me
hung out
of?
with you.
Do you guys ever read a short story? Was recently adapted for Love, Death, and Robots. It's by J.G. Ballard. It's called The Drowned Giant. It's about a giant that washes on shore.
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
and they disassemble his body.
Right? And how at first everybody's fascinated with it, and then they get bored with it.
Yeah, it just rots. It was so gross.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that makes. But that's what that makes me. But I mean, that's what that makes me think of is like the lack of curiosity and the lack of just like of being astounded by something magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's like you were the same person because you were curious. How could you not be just absolutely fascinated?
I was like, this is it, guys. I was like, we'll come down. It'll be peaceful contact. This is the moment of my life. Like something's got to happen. And my missus is literally just like, it's probably just a secret ship from like out of the secret base in West Australia land.
Yeah.
Like
No big
that's
deal.
how she's acting about it. Like it's no big deal. Like
Yeah, she's
No,
like,
see, Liam's talking all that now until he got beamed up on a ship and find out that everybody controlling it are kangaroos.
Oh shit!
No,
aliens.
So long as it's not emus, we'll be okay.
Yeah. Oh man. You
Liam,
guys
gonna
that
lose
was a-
another
that was
war.
a terrible war. Yeah.
Liam, you should tell this story in a comic, brother.
Dude, I've told this story to streams. I've told this story to random people. I mean, but the problem is nothing happens. That's the problem. It's like if something happened, if I saw an alien or it was a person or if it was a secret weapon, I
That's the
could do
point. Is that
something
nothing
with it.
happens. But that's the point. Nothing happens. That's the point.
Yeah, it's like a Seinfeld UFO encounter. You know, it's just like it's an encounter about nothing. It's an encounter about nothing.
It's an alien encounter about nothing. Yeah.
That's
Sorry for
the
wasting
best.
time. I mean,
That's
it's
the
not-
best kind.
I know it's not as cool as like an alien ship zigzagging all around, but I swear on my life that's the honest God truth.
Yeah.
And one of the most incredible experiences of my life. But
That's awesome, man. I'm surprised you got that close to it, or that it was that close to you guys, and it didn't try like interacting with you or in any way or taking anybody. Or...
it just sat there, it didn't move, it didn't do anything. It's just this big metal triangle floating above us. It was
That's
weird.
wild.
Yeah.
Well, so the kind of technology you're talking about, there was an article on thedrive.com where a Navy representative, a guy from the Department of Defense named James Sheehy, and this was a couple of years ago, he said that Black Triangle craft technology, what it does is it's reverse engineered ET tech. And he was telling the people at the website that it uses room temperature superconductor about the size of a football that generates. It's a new type of technology. It generates, I think, what 2 nuclear power plants can generate in 2 years. It can generate that much power in a day. And it uses electromagnetic little each of the lights that you see at the corner of the triangle, they're an electromagnetic resonance frequency generator. It generates a static shield of reality around the Black Triangle craft and makes it impervious to inertia, the depths of the ocean, and the vacuum of space. So it generates its own field of space-time around it. And that's why you see these ships just going pew, pew, pew at 20,000 miles an hour and not killing the pilot. And
Yeah, well, the
allegedly
weirdest
that's
thing
what
was-
the ETs used too.
The weirdest thing was like when we walked underneath the thing, like it's raining so heavy that it was like basically standing in your shower. That's how hard the rain was coming down, right? And it was that storm. You can still see videos of it on YouTube where it's like all the green lightning. I've never seen green lightning in my life. There's green lightning everywhere, and the storm's bucketing down. And when you walked underneath the thing, it was dry. And when you walk back, it was pissing down. Like little splatters of water were basically all that was sort of coming in.
So the ship was dry.
Well, I don't know about the ship was dry, but underneath the ship was dry. It was like a curtain of just dryness. Like it was just like
an umbrella.
Yeah, like a big umbrella, but it was up really high, and with the
or,
wind,
or like Nancy Pelosi.
with the wind, that shouldn't have happened. With the wind being what it was, it should have been blowing in underneath it because it was so high up. But it was just this straight curtain of air down, like.
Well, so it might have had a shield around it, like I'm talking about.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll just tell everyone the story who wants to hear it because like someone might know something, like you do. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if they really can create their own space-time around themselves, it would explain why it was completely dry on the bottom,
Well, didn't they say there's a whole bunch of magnetic technology and shit like that with all those?
Yeah, back in the 40s, Victor Schaumburger was kidnapped by the Yazis and forced to try to work on De Glocken, the Bell, an electromagnetic anti-grav technology that allegedly might have made some ships for the Yazis. And then in the 50s, T. Townsend Brown here in America was working on making his own electromagnetic kind of flying saucer thing that looked like a cymbal from a drum. And there were articles about it in Popular Science in the 1950s, and then it just all disappeared, and it went black budget.
Well, don't forget about the one that happened long before that. I mean, we've got Tesla there with the Vardencliff towers and broadcast energy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Dependence on petroleum is garbage when you can just harness the ionosphere and literally power a town through broadcast energy. So you don't even need to plug shit in. There'd be no need for like wall sockets.
Wireless energy.
I tell you what, I'm not buying into the Nazi theory because if you listen to people on Twitter, we are the Nazis on Twitter.
Yeah,
I know the Jewish guy.
What's your point?
Exactly. Where's Yeezy?
Oh man, don't get him started. No, Chris, in Colorado Springs, I think in 1905, Tesla's assistant wrote down in his journal that him and Nikola Tesla got, I think, up to 5 miles away, lights turning on and radios turning on and all kinds of electronic motors turning on. Mm-hmm. And in 2015, some MIT postgrads tried reproducing Tesla's Colorado Springs wireless power experiment, and they could only get it to go 4 feet.
So supposedly the reason why Westinghouse shut down the Vardencliff Tower experiments was because it could be weaponized. And when I was working on a narrative team for a certain video game that did history stuff, we actually explained that there was a Russian tower that was a sister tower to the one in America, and it was located in Tunguska. And that's why that entire forest was leveled. It wasn't a meteorite. It was actually a Vardencliff tower because you can weaponize those things. If you can power something, you can kill it.
Didn't they also say that the pyramids and a lot of the stuff like that actually worked in the same way?
Oh, yeah. There's a guy who's been on Ancient Aliens a bunch. His name's Christopher Dunn, and he found in the shafts going down into the King and Queen's chamber, I'm saying with quotation marks, hydrated zinc and what was the other one? Damn it. 2 types of chemicals going down in each shaft, hydrated zinc, and I can't remember what the other one was, but he thinks that basically the pyramids were a microwave energy generator, and that there was water going through the tunnels in the bottom that were pulsing up and from the Nile, and basically just like causing the pyramids to be wireless energy generators, and the obelisks might have been receptors for that, or megalithic structures all over the world. So we might have already had a wireless energy grid across the world with the ancients.
Yeah, I heard about that too, because they said that too. Not only there, they said in all those pyramids they found the same thing. They found water underneath.
I don't want to spoil anything, but you guys have to back Kakashi Murder Dolls on Indiegogo, please. like if you love this stuff, please let me tell these kind of stories. Like, just go check that out if you haven't. If you're interested in this stuff, check it out.
Yeah.
If you've watched the Ancient Apocalypse show, Graham Hancock talks a lot about the fact that a lot of pyramids were built on top of spiritual locations, and a huge number of the ones from Mexico, Central America, South America were built on top of natural springs.
Yep.
So that kind of ties into the same story.
Tina, like
that's what
I
the Warden
saw
Tower
that
had.
a while ago, like just like a few weeks ago, and that's like they had a whole bunch of stuff I've never even heard of, and I follow this stuff. That documentary series is great. That's the new Netflix one, right? Like,
yeah, I'm still
Yes, it
watching
is.
them. They're
You
fantastic.
should join it. You should
It's
join
amazing.
join the chat on Monday nights. That's Working News Podcast. We're evaluating each episode once a week, and
I would love to.
we're on to
Yeah, that
episode 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'll watch it tonight. That's fun. Cool. Thank you.
Sweet.
Yep, a lot of megalithic structures are on ley lines, which are basically lines of electromagnetic, gravimetric, and geothermic energy, and sometimes, water springs too, underwater water springs. So the ancients definitely knew what they were doing with that, and I think they're a hell of a lot smarter than we give it credit for. And I agree with Mr. Hancock that it's a lot of it's pre-flood, pre-diluvian, that there were probably advanced societies, 15,000 years ago, 20,000 years ago, and definitely.
Well, it's a cycle.
Exactly. There's a documentary series called Earth After Man that I encourage everyone to watch. It's got nothing to do with any of this, but what it actually is it's a breakdown Sorry, baby started screaming as soon as I muted. But it's a documentary series about the how long it would take the Earth to reclaim it, reclaim civilization back into nature, and it's something like under 200 years, and everything, and that's really fast, right?
Yeah.
For entire cities to be grown over and then tore down into rubble, and I think it's like 2,500 years or something for there to be no signs of you on the surface of the planet. And that's one of the reasons I think that all this sort of climate change fear mongering is kind of out of line, because I don't think we have anything as powerful as nature. I think that nature, does what
one
nature
volcano, one volcano going off could destroy the world.
Oh yeah, and that'd be
especially the super volcano.
What evidence would there be of our existence left? Like what would be left? Like I had to get like a solid state drive thing for my computer. I wanted it to last for ages. They told me at most it'll last 40 years, and I should update it every 4 years. Like that's all my work. Like unless I chisel it in stone.
Funko Pops. That's what's going to be left. That's what like a future civilization is going to find. They're going to dig and they're going to find Funko Pops.
You're wrong. No, because those are vinyl. They'll melt easily. No, what'll last is going to be the what they find inside of the Fauci shots. That's what's going to find.
Yeah. Well, as a word of caution, solid state drives never use those for longevity. Like the 7,200 RPM drives will actually last longer. Solid state drives have a finite number of read writes. That's why you never defrag or never attempt to defrag a solid state drive, because you're basically.
Can you send me that information as a DM, please? Because I'm a computer retard and I need that. Sounds important.
Yeah, backing shit up like a
the
maniac.
guy that sold me this thing at the store told me it was like the best thing. That's
it's the fastest thing
too.
Yeah, it's the fastest thing. But solid state drives are not as reliable as your standard. Because the reason for that's why a lot of servers don't use solid state drives. And the ones that do, they do it for cooling reasons, and they usually update. You'll find that servers that use solid state drives are very rich companies, and they update them probably once a year or once every 2 or 3 years. 4 years is actually being extremely generous, but they have a finite number of read and writes, and they are not built for longevity. They are built for speed and performance. And lack of heat, essentially.
Well, thank you for telling me that, man, because, like, thank you. I had no idea. I just know what people tell me, I'm not, like, a tech guy.
Well, you don't have to be. You just have to know people who are, or even just YouTube tutorials I find very useful for the tech impaired.
Yeah, SD cards are the same way. Like if you get it like a micro SD card, it has a finite number of rewrites on it.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I back up like a maniac because I'm paranoid like that.
Well, yeah, dude, that's it. Yeah, back up your fucking work, man. That's you're done with the day, whatever, or every other day. Back up whatever the hell you did. Put it on a thumb drive, external hard drive. That's the way to be. But I was going to say though, real quick though, going back to that stuff, these lost civilizations and things like that. There's one thing I did see that guy was talking about in the documentary, and he said that there's no evidence that giants existed, but there's a lot of the folklores and stuff talking about it. But he's wrong. They've found skeletons of giants in all different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and also, well, there's a woman with a PhD in archaeology. I think her name's Heather Lee, something like that. Oh, Heather Lynn. I'm sorry. She wrote a book called Evil Archaeology, and she said in it that if you find a game changer, if you find a giant skull, if you find an alien skull, if you find a bit of alien tech or pre-Diluvian tech, you have to ask the person running the dig if it's okay to go to public with that. And then they have to ask, if they're not sure, they have to ask the person funding the dig, usually the Smithsonian or something like that, or the Egyptian Antiquities Department. And if they say no, it doesn't go public. You sign a non-disclosure agreement that basically says, if I ever tell anyone about this, I'll do 40 or 50 years in prison and my family will have to pay, $500,000, $1 million fine. And so basically, yeah, she said, like, that's how they keep control of the narrative. So there's a lot of things that could have been discovered that we've just never heard about, and we're probably never going to hear about unless some kind of major disclosure happens. So it's kind of sad, but what we know, only what they tell us. That's the saddest part. But the truth is in the stone, and those pyramids are a hell of a lot older than people say, especially the Egyptian ones. Sacsayhuaman, Ollantaytambo in South America. I mean, those blocks fit together perfectly. You can't even fit a credit card or a dollar bill in between them. And supposedly people with obsidian chisels did that bullshit. I mean, no, somebody with advanced technology did that.
Here's the thing. My family are like connected to the Freemasons. They're a family of architects and builders. That sort of. So our last year and a couple of times actually we have our big family get-togethers. Like we sit around and we talk about this kind of stuff. We talk about like the ancient civilizations, the ancient way of building. And the fact is we can do a lot better than what we currently do with our modern construction efforts. The old ways of building are still out there, known by select and certain people, but like they're not practiced anymore because people don't want things that are going to endure. They want stuff that's cheap and fast. And like there's so much like interesting just methodology that's like you don't need lasers to do a lot of this stuff. Or I know it looks like you need lasers, but like a lot of it can come down to just the method in which it is done and the way it's done. Like you can just as a bit of a spoiler here, you can go and look at like 1 minute moves like 20 ton stone, I think it's called, on YouTube, and it can show you, like Plato said, give me a lever and I can move the world. It's all about leverage. And you can do some really incredible things with just some pulleys and levers.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm saying, like, all right, Ollantaytambo, all right, it's on a mountaintop.
Oh,
in
yeah,
South
that's
America,
impressive.
It's
very
Chile.
impressive.
And they drag these 50-ton stones from one mountaintop down the valley, back up, put them in place with, like, CNC level precision, laser cut precision. And modern day archaeologists are trying to say, oh, they just did that with hundreds of slaves. No. That's bullshit. Somebody had some type of technology to be able to move stuff like that. That's just, I get what you're saying, Liam, that yes, where there's a will, there's a way in some cases, but in others.
We're a lot dumber than what we used to be. Like the thing is, like, no one thinks anymore. Everything's so easy because of technology. It's like, look at the Great Wall of China, right? The Great Wall of China took ages to build, slaves, lots of time. Like we look at that, we haven't built anything to match it today, and we would have to exert half or a third the effort. Like just no one wants to try. Like no one's interested in doing anything. The stuff we do build is like it's crap. We make crap today.
Yeah,
Well,
I can't stand the theory. I can't stand how it's always the go-to that geez, that's such a huge, humongous, intricate structure. It had to be aliens. Like no, that's just so annoying to me.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it was more advanced technology than what we even have today.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
The ancients, whether they had contact with extraterrestrials or not, they were a hell of a lot more advanced than we were, because they have archaeologists telling us how these were built. When engineers look at this, engineers like my father and construction engineers, they look at it and they say, no. We would have to change the face of that mountain and build roads and this, that, and the other, and we would need steel trusses to move even a 30-ton boulder. And how the hell did the ancients do that? I have no idea. And so at least the engineers have the balls to say, yeah, we don't know how they did it. Whereas archaeologists, they make up stories about how
they do.
Let me just, Oive, let me just say this, okay? Don't discredit the work that my people did to build those pyramids, because we need to get reparations from the kings.
Oh,
That's
boy.
right.
Okay. Great. We got two of them here who want reparations. This is
We want reparations.
Yep.
You was kings and
We're-
shit. Give me my money.
Shit.
Wait, I got some relatives that are also the same as you guys, so don't I get a cut? Anyway, no.
My relatives were also kangs and shit.
Right? Same.
Now, as far as like the whole aliens thing go, there's a lot of structures. Like, all right, if you look at what is it, Sacsayhuaman, if you talk to the descendants of the Inca there, they say that the Inca only put the small stones on top. They did not build the big stones. And when you ask the descendants, the people who actually live in that area, and say, who built the big stones? They say the gods from the sky. So everybody wants to give Giorgio Tsoukalos and Eric von Daniken and all these ancient alien astronaut theorists crap and say, oh, you throw in aliens as a fill in the blank. But we have actual cultures that are indigenous to these areas who say, no, the gods from the sky built the larger stones.
And giants built a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
but that could just be, just because they say it and that's their culture doesn't mean that that's actual history. That's
like
just
that.
what they believe.
Like that tribe in
We
Borneo
need
that
throw on the
worship
beyond
the
sharing real
airplanes.
quick while folks are talking.
Yeah. Well, hold on, because the other thing I was going to say too. Well, that's it. There's lost history everywhere. Knowledge that was supposed to be passed on disappeared. We had talked about it on another stream, but my cousin was just in Malta, and they have ruins over there that are older than like almost anything in the world as well. And they said the people who inhabited those areas, they said they were farmers and stuff from Sicily. There's no way that they made those ruins. They said it's impossible. And what would make them do that? Like, none of it makes sense. You know what I mean?
But if it was a civilization before them that got conquered, that was
exactly.
more advanced?
Well, that's exactly it, right? Because we don't know what the hell came before us. We don't know what else is going on with everything. Yeah, look at this. Holy shit. That's amazing.
Yeah, but he can't explain, this guy, I've seen these videos, he can't explain how they got the top blocks on the top of Stonehenge. The ones that are like 20 feet up. He can't explain how those were brought up, but they were probably, they built dirt around it and they made ramps out of dirt and brought them up.
Ramparts. Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
I've also seen demos of them doing the same thing with very large milled tree trunks.
Yeah.
But they can keep using leverage to lift it up, but they have to lift it up only like a foot at a time.
Maybe
And
another
the thing
monster.
is
Another monster maybe has it. Maybe it was hot air balloons.
No, well,
helicopters.
It's
what amazes me
that
is the things
Borneo.
that build shit to last. It's just like I remember being on like a balcony in New York City in 2000 and watching like the fireworks show and seeing like the Twin Towers, the rest of the city. Impressive as hell, but I remember thinking none of this is going to be here in like 100 years.
Oh yeah.
And the Roman roads are still being used.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's because there's no money in permanence.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, I think mainly you said it before too. Was it construction? It's about being fast and cheap, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Modern construction. Yeah, it's done for speed and price. Yeah. That's it. And he's right. I mean, that's it. They're not thinking about things that are going to last a long time. Fucking Florida construction's so horrible and shoddy. Why? There are hurricanes here all the time. Shouldn't they fortify things more? It's because they don't care. It's about flipping. It's just about that.
Yeah. Why fix when we can sell you new?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to go back to the thing about the gods, there's that tribe in Borneo there that worship the Cessna airplane, and they literally have a crude facsimile of a Cessna airplane, and they say it's like the sky gods because they saw Cessnas flying over their tribal lands, and they replicated like a crude one, and that's their gods.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And it's so sad because it's like that's probably what the primitive mind construed as deities or super, you know what I mean? Like how much of that can we contribute to or attribute to aliens when it was just superior technology, you know?
Well, and also, but they're still visiting us. All right. I saw something, Liam saw something, a lot of other people see something. People get taken against their will. So obviously some of these people from not Earth are dicks. Some of them are just immoral and view us as like guinea pigs or lab rats. No offense, Tommy. And some of them actually meet people in public and are kind of nice and don't abduct them. But either way, they're here. They've been coming here. Who's to say they didn't interact with our ancient ancestors and maybe give them some technology here and there?
Well, you know that song from Porno for Pyros, "We Make Great Pets." Like, I think it was Hawking actually said, he's like, if there is intelligent life out there, we don't want it to visit our planet because
it already is.
Well,
it already
look at what we've done to everything that was inferior to us. We've dominated and destroyed it. If there was a superior intelligence that could traverse vast quantities of space and time beyond our comprehension, we would be in a freaking habit trail right now with electrodes in our brains, and like we would be the beagles that Fauci was experimenting.
No.
You know what I mean? Like we would be the.
Hey, now let me throw this one to you though. What if we are, and we're just all that's left? What if we are what was left behind?
Oh yeah,
Well, Earth
there
is
have
a
been science fiction
laboratory.
stories about this. I mean, for like well over 100 years.
Yeah.
Even Prometheus, that shitty Alien prequel, is about that.
Yeah.
Look, guys, I think they have a prime directive. They can't just directly invade our planet because I think there's probably something similar to the Federation in Star Trek. They probably have peace treaties with our planet, like only this race can experiment on these people and this, that, and the other. No direct contact, fully publicly. Just make contact with their leaders behind closed doors.
That can't be true. You can't have it both ways. If they've been here and they've been visiting and they've been abducting people, then there's no prime directive.
Yeah.
If there's a prime directive, then they haven't been visiting. You can't have it both ways.
Unless
No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. No,
but you're
I think
the one who said it. You said you think they have a prime directive.
for direct invasion, they can't just come and enslave
Abduction
the
is
entire
direct
planet.
invasion, dude.
That's private one-on-one invasion. That's not like enslaving an entire planet Independence Day style.
Yeah, abducting a person and conducting medical experiments on them is definitely invasion.
Okay, so here's what I think it is.
What if there's more than one type of alien that's
I think
visiting us?
there's I think there's probably decent aliens that try to protect our planet and invoke this kind of prime directive thing. But I think some of the assholes slip through the nets at times and get people and take them out of their homes, and they can't catch them all. You know, it's just like here. That's like saying, well, there's no police because police can't stop all the criminals all the time. Well, no, there's police. They can't stop 100% of the crime. And I think there are aliens that try to protect our planet, but there's assholes who slip through and grab people sometimes.
Well, here's the other thing that's interesting too, because I've seen a couple different specials, and a lot of people that have at least seem very credible on a lot of this stuff. And there's a few that said that our government, I think this guy was on Joe Rogan too, and he talked about it because he said he worked in Area 51 and Area 52. He worked in these places and he's seen some things. And he goes, a lot of times too, like some of the sightings that people have seen, They said they are man-made ships and things. He didn't say all of them, but he goes, there's a good number of them, because he goes, he worked on something too. And he says a lot of them, he goes, there's like almost telltale signs of, depending on how the lights are on the underside of these objects that people have spotted and they think that are alien. So there are a lot of different things. But he also said that the government, they also done that as well, where they would abduct people and they would make it look like almost like a movie production. And they drug these people, they put them all kinds of weird medicines and shit, and just to see their reaction, to see what they would do and how would they perceive these things, and to put out false narratives for the public. So
that literally happened with MK Ultra.
Oh yeah, I don't understand why we're not at war with Canada after MK Ultra. The CIA literally went over to Canada,
I know,
and took over a mental asylum, and the woman there that was accounting what happened to her. It's like, that's an act of war. That's a foreign country.
But we do that shit all the time with impunity.
Wow.
Oh shit, Etel left too. Oh man. I missed the Doc Levo before and him. Because I was looking at something else too as we were talking, because I was pulling up a couple of different things. Because I find it interesting too, because there's, again, we talked about it before, these archaeologists, they want to pass some kind of narrative as well. And like you said before, if there's things that are discovered, it has to be okay through so many different channels.
Yes.
Why?
And
Because
they ignore the local folklore too, which I find incredibly disrespectful.
Yes,
well, I mean, I personally don't believe that aliens have been to this planet, because I think to myself, like, in terms of time and space. No, I mean that's just my opinion. I mean, because if I'd seen the shit that you've seen, without a doubt, right? But I mean, I just think,
dude, I was abducted as a kid, so don't worry about me. There's nothing you can say that would convince me otherwise, man.
Well, I mean, look, I definitely think people are seeing something. That's for goddamn sure, right? Ghosts also, like, that's a thing where I've never seen one, but I know too damn many people who have. Now, the lights that you're describing, my friend Ray Ramos has seen those. You know, the guy that did the cryptidnals from 656?
Yeah.
That guy will tell you some stories. There's weird shit, like in where he lives in El Paso. That's a hot spot for this kind of activity. And he's seen some shit too. So when I say that I don't believe that aliens have been here, I don't mean any disrespect. I'm not saying that you didn't see what you saw.
Well, I think in a way though, and Brian, don't get offended by this, but thinking like that is kind of closed-minded in a way.
Yeah.
And now hear me out, and this is why I'm saying why. Because if you look at everything that the Democrats are doing right now, we know what they're doing. But for the average person that doesn't see what they're doing, they don't have a problem with it because they don't see it happening. It's that same, to me, it's that same type of mentality. And we look at them like, how stupid can you be? It's right in front of your face. And I think it's pure hubris to ever think that we are alone in this galaxy.
Right.
And that people don't have a technology that's so far above and beyond our own understanding that it wouldn't be possible for them to visit this planet, because there's just too many weird things that happen. And I've talked about this one before. You talk about Sasquatch, for one thing. One of the things they always say a lot of times that correlates with a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch sighting is they see lights in the sky like it's a UFO sighting at the same time. What's to say that these things are not from another alternate universe? And it's the same thing where they talk about people that get ideas through space and time. Like, did George Lucas get these thoughts from another race outside of our galaxy? And
no, he got it from a Kurosawa.
I mean, to at the very least to accept that it could be a possibility. Now, whether or not you've actually seen it and could say, "Hey, I know it for sure," that's a whole different story. But to say that the possibility could be there is, I think, it's the thing that we should do and keep our minds open to those possibilities.
I agree with you, sir. I agree with you, sir.
Hold on. Sasquatch got traded for a Russian arms dealer.
Did you hear that dude's voice, man? He's got a deeper voice than me.
No, you make good points, Tommy. You make good points.
And also, like, if people wonder, okay, what Sasquatch is, well, it could be an interdimensional being. It could just be an upright walking hominid that's really good at hiding from us. But I think there's a concerted effort to hide those things like cryptids. Because look at what the spotted owl did in California. Once they figured out that endangered owl was there, they outlawed lumbering in huge millions of acres of California. And I think in just like 2 years, the lumber industry lost billions of dollars. So
well, what about all the years that they sat there and they said that the giant squid didn't exist, that it was a fable and it was a myth?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah,
actually
yeah.
started finding
Yeah.
them. Or the
Yeah.
coelacanth.
The
For that
Kraken, yeah,
reason.
the Kraken, yeah. That's one monster that definitely exists, is the Kraken.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so there's two things going on here. You can believe that people are seeing unidentified flying objects and also not believe in aliens.
Yes.
Because I believe that they are military aircraft. That's my belief.
That's what I
It's
always
both.
I don't ever
Might be.
I don't ever discount anybody else's experiences. I believe people see things that they see. I have personally seen, I've had a near-death experience, so I know that there's something beyond life. There's something after death.
Right.
I've also seen a shadow person, something I've never believed in before until just about a year ago. I had my first experience. So I don't ever discount anybody else's beliefs or experiences, but I'm also not closed-minded just because I don't believe in aliens. I do believe that other people see things. So there is two things that can be true at the same time.
Well, I always try to remain open-minded about everything, and I always try to be in a position where my mind can be changed, right?
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to like Tommy was like, hey, don't get offended. Absolutely not, right? Because like I said, I've never seen anything in the sky. I've never seen a ghost, but I know too many people who have seen both. Or the either, but also I know people who have seen both, and it's just too many people. And why would people be so open about this? It's like this big secret that nobody talks about. If you go to a party or something like that and you let people know that you're just open to the idea, the things that you will hear people say very matter-of-factly will astound you.
Well, the thing is like I prefer the term skeptical to closed-minded. Because
sure.
I like, for me, it's not that I'm willfully tuning things out. Like it's one of those things where where's that quote about God, where it's like, I'll believe in God when he comes over and shakes my hand. Like it's that kind of thing where when I see the evidence, then I'll, but like, it's one of those things you have to see for yourself. Like until there's that point, you can't say, oh yeah, I totally believe, because then you're using faith. You're believing in something but not actually seeing it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you don't discredit either at the same time.
Yeah, I'm not going to shit on somebody else's experiences. They could have saw whatever.
Right.
We don't. Nobody knows what it is. He's got his interpretation.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, here's the other thing too. Like I think I mentioned it already on Nelson's stream, but yeah, Frankie, he saw a UFO with 25 other witnesses. He said it was the craziest fucking thing. I remember when he told me too. Huh?
I said too many people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Liam just told a story where
yes,
like, what the hell? Like,
and cheers to him. I mean, thank goodness they didn't.
That was nothing happened during that period of time. So I was literally just standing. I challenge you to stare at a wall or a car for 5 minutes. That's a really long time, and we were there like 14 minutes just staring at this thing. So like, it was not an optical illusion. It wasn't on strings. Like, it was definitely something. I just don't know what it was.
Well, that was the whole point of what I was saying. It wasn't even so much to discredit anybody, but it was saying you got to be able to leave the possibility open that there could be something that you haven't seen. I mean, you know what? We take faith every day that if you walk out of the house, you're not going to get run over by some homicidal maniac when you're crossing the street. So
yeah, well, I mean,
it's kind of like in that same vein.
I'm a religious dude, so I mean, when people are like, well, where's like, I've never seen a miracle. God, I can't believe I'm actually like bonding with like the insane clown posse on something. But I open my eyes, I look around, I see a miracle all around me. I look in the mirror, I see a miracle staring back at me.
Magnets?
No, I just, but once again, it's faith. Faith is like love, it's you can't describe it, explain it to people that have never experienced it. You have to experience it yourself.
I get it. Now, real quick, the rant that I wanted to go on Thursday, just to give me 2 minutes. I think the reason they can't tell us that beings from other worlds are visiting this planet is because they would have to restructure society, because we wouldn't be able to rely on gas, coal, and oil anymore. They would have to say how these beings are getting here. They would have to admit that they've reverse engineered this technology, like that ship I was talking about with the room temperature superconductor. They would basically have to admit that, yes, sometimes they take people. Yes, we've also betrayed you and abducted people in fake scenarios, like the one Tommy or Vinny was talking about, where the military fakes UFO abductions. They would have to admit that these things came here thousands of years ago, 500,000 years ago, altered our genome. They would have to admit that these things interbred with us, and that's what the bloodlines of kings and queens are. They would have to admit all this horrible, horrible stuff.
And they would have to admit that they
some of the
wiped out
people,
the dinosaurs so that they could drive their vehicles with the fossil fuels. Like, it's
or they just wait until 2022's over, and then we're all killing ourselves, and then they don't have to tell us shit.
They would have to admit horrible things, that some of these people that are abducted don't come back, and they're used as sex slaves, work slaves. They're eaten. They're just all this terrible, terrible shit. And they wouldn't be able to admit that, because the world would riot. Half of the world would riot, and the other half of the world would refuse to go to work if they actually knew the truth. In my humble opinion, I just think that the powers that be are too lazy to want to give up gas, coal, and oil and go to 0 point energy or whatever the hell these other species are using. And it's too much work. They don't want to deal with that. They don't want the whole overhaul of society, and they don't want to deal with the backlash of letting everybody know, hey, by the way, we kind of betrayed you a little, and we have for 1,000 years, 10,000 years. That's just my opinion.
Well, just to back that up, Nelson. I mean, look what happened with this here, the flu-demic. Okay, the minute that they announced that, how quickly did people start losing their minds instantly? It's the same type of thing, because people are scared of the unknown. It's something that they don't fully understand. They go batshit crazy.
But plus,
people start killing themselves. I mean, what would happen tomorrow if the entire world grid shut down and everybody lost internet? You know how many people would probably just jump to their deaths because they couldn't be able to jump on their favorite social media platform?
Yep, a lot.
This is the brand of people you're talking about, and why they can't expose that kind of information.
Yep.
Well, remember, civilizations built on other civilizations. For all we know, they could have already been here and surpassed us from what we're looking at. They kind of did with some, tools that we haven't figured out.
We can't build the pyramids today in Giza. We can't build that. And also, I think the head of the former Israeli space program came out, and he said unequivocally that there are bases, human-built bases and ET bases on the moon and Mars. Now, I'm not saying I would 100% believe that, but I'm open to the possibility of secret space programs. I'm open to the possibility that there's clandestine technology and whole fleets of spaceships out there. Look at that hacker, Gary McKinnon, right before 9/11 happened. This guy hacked the Pentagon NASA firewall and found, I think, 12 carrier ships that were cylinder shape, and a bunch of 300 plus football field sized black triangle ships, and all the carrier ships were named after the original Majestic 12 guys. I mean, it can't be a coincidence. There's something going on they're not telling us for sure.
Well, think about what Reagan let slip. Reagan let slip, like, what if we were fighting a force from outside this world? He wasn't supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Well, there's also stuff that they've been documented that happened during wartime and stuff. That's usually when they see a lot of these encounters too. I forgot which war it was.
Fighters?
But
the French Foo Fighters.
Well, they said that I forget, there was like a Navy ship or something, and these guys saw something fly out of the sky, went into the water under their boat, and shot out the other side back into the sky.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they said, what do you call it? Even Reagan, he saw something on his private plane. There was I forgot where he was going, but they said him and his wife, they were scared. They saw that something came up beside their plane and then took off like a rocket.
Yep. That was when he was governor of California.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit that's out there, but there's a lot of things that they're not telling us, that they keep hidden on purpose. Again, there's technology they don't want us to know. There's history they don't want us to know. There's shit that, other people, they do have a good understanding of what it is, but again, the masses, they don't think that people deserve to know, and that's the same thing too. What
the fact that they've probably been what they've been doing to these beings that could be coming from other planets with the idea that they're reverse engineering and doing experimentations on the people that from other worlds that may have crashed here or that they may have shot down. Luckily,
yeah,
Terminator, baby, Terminator movie, right there. You go.
Look how many times Hans Cock crashes his planes. I mean, you never know.
well, with Roswell, allegedly that was either the lightning that took down the ship. It was either two ships fighting, or it was multiple radar signals zeroing in on the ship and messing with the electromagnetic field around it and causing it to crash, or any combination of the three. But either way, I mean, Mac Brazel in Corona, the guy who had the ship crash on his ranch, he swore up and down till his dying breath that was not a weather balloon. So you believe what you want.
Yeah, Chris was just saying it before. He was talking about the Foo Fighter. Yeah, and Jennifer Lawrence was the first to spot one.
Thank God she broke the alien ceiling for them all.
She's never gonna live that shit down. Oh my God, the fucking Chinese had like female action heroes back in the 60s.
I bet you could rent a sex slave clone of her on like one of the Martian colonies and like bang her for however much money.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
23andMe, hard at work there, guys.
But see, like I said, there's just so much shit we don't know about, and there's things that we do know about, and then they try to hide. The whole thing too with the giants, there have been remains found, I think, from like the 1600s up until close to present day, in all different places.
Oh yeah,
they found.
Who do you think the New York Giants were named after?
What I was going to say is that I think it was in Italy.
Sorry.
I think somewhere in Italy, they said there was one that they found that was like 25 feet tall. Now, this isn't like a normal.
Wow.
It's 8 foot tall giant. No, this was fucking huge. They found them in all different parks. They said they found a couple that were 12 feet, 14. 16.
Yeah.
I think the biggest was 25 feet.
Dude, these stories have been with every culture. There's the Nephilim, there's the Fovera or the Fomorians in Ireland. There's the what is there? Oh God, the Jotnar of Scandinavia.
The Anunnaki of ancient Mesopotamia. They have them sitting in their thrones on the cylinder seals. They're sitting down there as tall as the men and women standing in front of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but I can't remember, there was an ancient Japanese thing as well, and I can't remember what they called them, but it was something like there's the daimyos, but there's the dai somethings, and it basically meant like big people, like the original lords of the islands of Japan were the big people.
Damn.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Fascinating shit.
It
just seems weird. Such a preoccupation with height, across multiple civilizations. It's like dragons; they exist in every culture.
Well,
some of the little people too.
Yeah.
Like in German culture, they're the Heinzelmännchen, gnomes.
Yep.
And then of course in Ireland you have the brownies.
Here in New England, in New England we have the puckwudgies.
Yeah, they have them in Indiana too, Chris.
I love the word puckwudgie. I fucking
know. Is that awesome, dude?
I had a feeling he'd say that.
Hell yeah.
It's so cool.
Vinny, with the 20 to 25 foot tall giants you're talking about, I think it's the Lakota tribes in southern Canada. They have an oral tradition where they said there were these assholes that were like 20 to 25 feet tall. And what they would do is they would roll around in mud, and then they would roll around in rocks and make like a kind of a makeshift Mylar armor. And they said that their ancestors had to unite with the Sasquatches to fight these 20 to 25 foot tall assholes that were terrorizing both the Sasquatch tribes and the human Lakota tribes. And I guess there were big epic battles against these things. Again, not saying I believe it, but it'd make a cool comic. Yeah, it's part of their oral tradition. So I'm just saying.
That's it too, man. Because again, there's just people who make up stories as well. They see different things. Look at the dinosaurs. What do you call it? All the Greeks. They mix shit together. Because when they started finding these bones and remains, they're like, oh well, there was a human that died maybe on a horse or something, and they couldn't find the bottom legs, and they're like, oh, that's a centaur. They came up with these fucking things too. So
they were buried with their horse.
Yeah,
well, that's it. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things and stories and things that have come through the ages and kind of
The
how it gets
monstrous.
filtered or changed and played with.
Pliny the Elder with the monstrous races. I'm
Oh,
especially
yeah.
fascinated with that shit.
Well, dude,
Yeah,
I
Vinny,
helped.
I'm gonna
I
have to
helped.
take off in 5 minutes. I've got a doctor's appointment. Do you want to just make me big for a second? I want to show you guys something. I'll show you.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's not my dong, I promise.
Okay, Vic.
So we're talking pyramids and stuff. So this is the opening of Xenotype. Look at this.
Whoa.
You got some dinosaurs in there as well. You got pyramids. Okay,
Oh.
and then over here, we've got a little bit more. Do you recognize the Olmec? You know, we've got
Oh, wow.
I really built this is all of this stuff is the stuff that Xenotype is sort of rooted in and based in. I just want to find you one last thing for the more nerdy guys out there that'll actually recognize it. But again, if you love this stuff, again, sales pitch, back my stuff, you'll find that there's a great meta story going on here. I've just got to get to a certain point in the story.
Well, see, that's why I like these conversations and stuff too, because it does spark different things, create creative minds. I mean, all sorts of good shit. You know?
It's good for the imagination, that's for sure.
Oh,
yeah, I love this stuff. Like
Stig's here too. What's up, brother?
Hey,
what up, Stig?
I think that I've gone past. I'm sort of. We'll leave it there for now. I've got some. You'll find other stuff if you actually buy the book and go through it, guys. But right now, next up, we've got Kakashi. That's wave 2. That's part of this universe. It's set. Look, this is how crazy I am. So this is a atlas, of the whole planet that includes here and here. Very specific place. I did all sorts of locational stuff. There's a bit of a puzzle there, but I'm just going to take off. Again, if you're interested in sort of ancient antediluvian technologies and all that, I've got to go. I'll talk to you guys later.
Peace out, Leo.
Later.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I guess.
The family stuff. But no, dude. Yeah, go back his books. They are fantastic projects. Really beautiful stuff. I can't wait to get my hands on Kakashi. I was backer number 1, and he's been sending them out. I believe Will, because he lives over there too. He got his already, and man, it looks beautiful. So
nice.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait to
Jump
get mine.
Yeah, dude. Great stuff.
Oh yeah.
But what were we saying before we jumped over?
Well,
there?
we were talking about the giants and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Just one thing to add. Hey, guess what's in my book?
That's right. Yeah.
The gods are the Fovera or the Fomorians. So yeah, if you're into ancient Hibernian myths, and the cool thing about it is it starts off with a little bit of Welsh and Irish mythology, and we get some of that like big people stuff there. But it actually transcends that. It becomes a global kind of almost like a cultural fusion, and we actually start exploring other aspects of that across different cultures. So
coolness.
Hopefully that'll bleed well into the next books. So yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude.
Oh, and one more other thing. We were talking about monstrous races. One of my professors wrote a book on the world's oldest Mappamundi in Hereford Cathedral in England. It's it's huge, but it not only is it a world map, Mappamundi, but it also shows geographically where like it's almost like a bestiary, and it shows like all these different races. And it talks about like the Ethiopians and how they have their faces built into their chests.
Yes.
The race of men where they have just one giant leg and they fan themselves on it.
Yeah. And the dog's heads, the cynocephali, which St. Christopher actually evidently was supposedly one of.
Yep. Je suis loup-garou. No, but also there was the monoceros. That's what they thought the unicorn was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's such fascinating stuff. It's so much fun.
It really is, man. But I don't know. We can continue this conversation on another stream too, and we get more in depth with stuff. Because I know it's running late, and a lot of people they
I got it. Vinny, as a matter of fact, I got a split. Thank you so much for having me, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Hope to do it again sometime in the near future.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, take care.
All right. Peace and love, everybody.
Have a good one.
Much love, Brian.
And the other thing that I like about this conversation is it get a little heated there, but nobody like freaked out. Nobody crossed the line. We disagree on things, we agree on other things, but we don't jump down each other's throats.
That's what adults do.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know, you can be friends with somebody that doesn't agree with every point you make. I mean, that's part of being an adult.
And I know I'm out there, man. I know I'm way out there, but you guys got to understand, don't think that I believe all of this 100%, because the only thing I know is what I've already told you I know, what I saw in the sky, and what I'm pretty sure happened to me as a kid over and over again. So outside of that, I'm open to the possibility, but I'm not saying I 100% know all these things. I like being open to things.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely, man, and that's it. That's why I said we got good people here. That's why it's called the round table. It's because everyone has a voice. You know, we're able to give our own opinions and views on things, and that's what I want to kind of keep Sunday as. You know, we'll have all sorts of different topics and things. Again, some things that are going to be entertainment side of stuff. Some is going to be political. Some's going to be about historical things, because that's what it should be. It should be a lot of fun, a lot of different things, because again, we're all into all sorts of different shit, and we all have different experiences in life too. So I think
isn't that part of being creative also?
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
And you guys are creators. I mean, it's just all around fun, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, I just need to get off my ass sometime and write like a fictional book about the alternative history of Earth, and then at the end of it, write, actually, I don't think most of this is fiction. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
found footage.
Yeah, you should, man. Go for it. Sit down and write. I mean, it's kind of like Red Gaze. It was the same way too. Like he said, he had a whole bunch of these stories and things, and me and a couple other people like kind of pushing him, like, you go ahead, write, do it. And and he came up with this amazing novel. And he's got a whole universe of great stuff. So, why the hell not pull the trigger?
I've seen his artwork too, and believe me, beautiful. So,
thanks, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, man. Neil is super talented. Again, dude. Yeah, if you want to tell people too, I mean, you never know who's in your area or near there, but he's a talented tattoo artist.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you can check me out at facebook.com /Neil.Herzeg HERCEG.5. You can look at my tattoo album, New Tattoos, from the past 14 plus years. I've been doing it about 15 years for a living. I also do paintings and make little guinea pig statues. If you want one of those custom made, contact me on Facebook. I'll put a link in the private chat. But yeah, I do paintings, I do drawings. If you want to buy one of those off me, contact me on Facebook. I'd be happy to send you one. And just thanks for having me on. And you can check me out on Twitter with my silly stick figure comics at Nelson the Gent.
Nice, man, dude. Absolutely. It's a pleasure having you on. Like I said, you're welcome on any time. It's always fun conversations, and I like good people and down to earth people. None of these phonies are fakes. It's just too many of them all over the place. But and we're gonna keep having great discussions for sure. Tina Bojan, she lasted. She's here. Are you still here, Tina?
I'm still here. I started my vacation, so I may be falling asleep because I'm an old lady, but no, I'm definitely made it to the whole stream.
We were running late anyway. Maybe I'll start doing these at 8:00. I don't know. Maybe that'd be a little bit better for everybody. But I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Let the people know where they can find you and what else you got going on.
All right. Well, you guys can always find me on Twitter at Tina Bojan. But when I'm not hanging out with Vinny and all these wonderful guys and Trina, you can also catch me Monday nights on Sporking News Podcast's Aluminum Spork episode, where we discuss the Ancient Apocalypse series on Netflix with Graham Hancock. So
nice. That is great, and I want to get more into those discussions too, because I gotta start watching more of them. I had a couple when we're playing, but I got distracted from a few things. I want to go back and rewatch some. I think they're super interesting. I love all that stuff, But
they wouldn't let him into the Serpent Mound. They barred him and said you can't visit the Serpent Mound. That's crazy.
It's insane. But
they're threatened by him. Crazy.
They are. They are, because they don't want a certain narrative to be changed. They've done this before in history books and stuff too. I mean, I know we're getting kind of back into it, but I mean, they've done that. And here's the question: why? Why don't you want people to know these things? Why not have another view on things? There are, again, these different temples and shit around the world that are so old, so ancient, way older than they thought that they were, or they claim that they were. And there's even more they did with like the sonar and stuff, and you can see there's even more underneath, and they won't let people go in and dig them up and all that.
Yeah.
You never know.
Especially the Maya. Yeah, they found huge Maya cities under the jungle. Is that what you're talking about with the LiDAR lasers?
Yeah, there was that too.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's absolutely insane. But you know, you never know what's going to happen. Here is Neil's his links there to Facebook, so go check him out over there.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, you should. Don't you have a wrench? I think you got a wrench. You should.
I don't know how to be on this and get on YouTube at the same time. I don't think I can.
Right. Yeah, no worries.
Not on my phone.
Yeah, it's all good. But hell yeah, man. Yeah, Neil's awesome. Go check him out over there. Tina's fantastic. Trina is as well. I know she had a dip. Sometimes she doesn't have time. She just got to go. So but no, that sounded like something else. Never mind. Her computer is in her bedroom, so that's why. But so yeah, you know, yeah, her husband's like, yeah, no, it's
last time it was Tina, today it's you.
Yeah. But go support Trina, Lasso of Truth on YouTube. She dropped a new review.
Oh yeah, Evil
tonight.
Dead,
awesome review.
The Evil Dead one. I gotta go check it out. I had some of it playing earlier, but yeah, I gotta finish watching that. And great stuff, great people. Same thing with Tommy. Tommy's fantastic. Go support him. He does the Monday streams as well. I think it's gonna be at 5:00 tomorrow. ETEP as well. He had to cut out early, so yeah. We're gonna be having the 4 Horsemen going in Raw at around 8:30ish tomorrow as well. So plenty of great stuff to watch and check out. We also, Chris. Well, he mentioned this stuff before, but we'll let him go again too with his projects and anything else you want to say.
Thanks, Manliness and Motivation. Just grabbed a copy of Infinite Tale Chronicles Book 1 off of Amazon. We're working on Book 2. We got some more art, adding it to the site daily. So if you check out InfiniteTaleChronicles.com, you can see some of the latest art we've added, especially that lore section. I've been really adding some girth to that so that we've got some content in there. And I'm hoping that I can get some good news about some forward progress with Book 2 stuff so that we can start the hype train rolling for that crowdfunding campaign, hopefully by the end of this month or early next year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and thanks for having me, man.
Dude, always, man. It's always a blast. Again, we got good friends here, great people, great creators. You got to love all that stuff. And we got one more here. We got super fan Adam Shawhan.
That's right. Thank you for having me, man. It was a blast. That's right, Chris. You got to get that hype train going. Come on, take my money, baby. Take it. Here, I'm gonna make it rain. I'm gonna make it rain, son. No, I can't wait, man. I'm excited for everyone. It's been great. If you're really digging some of the alien talk, Nelson, the gentleman, and myself will be, working on getting some more of that coming to you. We've got a lot of irons in the fire, and we're having some fun. This week, I don't know what I'm doing. We've got puppies inbound. Penny's due. She's got anywhere from like 5 to 7.
I need to see pictures. I need pictures.
So, that she's due tomorrow. Normally, she goes early. So, yeah, my whole week is kind of everything will be on Twitter if I'm going to stream or not. And, you'll catch me in the chat and or on the panels. And yeah. Thank you all. This was a blast.
Hell yeah, brother. Dude, thank you for being here as well. Yeah, man, and congrats. That's always fantastic.
And again, agree to disagree. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean we can't be friends. Just be a little respectful to each other.
Of course.
That's all we're saying, baby.
Yeah, no, and that's it. Because we all go through different things. I've had family members and stuff who've seen things from, again, what Frankie had mentioned, ghost stuff too. I mean, yeah. I don't know if you guys want to hear more of that type of stuff. I want to talk more about that type of stuff too. We could definitely do that. Yeah. That's for sure. But in the meantime, if you want some really cool stuff and great stories to read, Shot of the Kraken, 52-page pirate book, gorgeous artwork. You heard Soul Assassin earlier. He thought I was an alien because he says no human could draw as good as I could. So thank you, Soul Assassin, on that one. But yeah, no, there some beautiful work out here for sure.
Oh yeah.
This is one of the projects where I was so damn proud of everything that I did on this. The guys told me to. They helped me out with the editing part of this as well. And as they were reading it, they told me how much they loved the story too. And just, I'm very honored, and just to have these great people in my life, and just it's great. It's so fucking awesome. So yeah, if you guys want some really good stuff and you want to see the hard work that I did, the amazing story, again, that's going on here. This is the first in a new series. I am jumping around. I'm kind of doing it on purpose too. One, to keep things fresh. Two, because they are connected universes, and I got to do it in a certain way, because there's going to start to be certain elements you're going to see in other books, Easter eggs, stuff like that. No, you don't have to get every single book in order to enjoy this stuff. If you just want a pirate story, you can get this and enjoy it. If you want Through the Woods, you could just enjoy that. It's an awesome ghost story, 100-page hardcover. Same thing with City of Venus. You just want post-apocalyptic crazy stuff. But that one, again, I'm working on the sequel right now to City of Venus, and yeah, I can promise you there's going to be some really cool twists and turns in there. Extra cool stuff, science, monsters, other cool surprises. I don't want to say on stream, but trust me, it's going to be awesome. So if you want more action, great stories, great characters, characters that grow and change, and everything you need in a proper story. You want your heroes and stuff to go through struggles, and what changes them. It's going to be awesome. So check it all out. I hope you do enjoy it all. Again, links are all in the description, or if you go to any one of the campaigns, on the bottom, you just click on down here, and you can get your the links to the other campaigns. City of Venus has the 2 art books in there as well. So if you want to get all 3 books in one shot, that's on City of Venus. And the art books are 52 pages each as well, and just all sorts of cool, awesome, glorious work in there. Your favorite characters and movies, comics, video games, you name it, pretty much have like everything in there. So I hope you guys do enjoy all that stuff, and I hope you all had a great night tonight. And yeah, like I said, tomorrow the week starts again. We'll all sorts of cool streams from great people, and I should be popping up on a few of them at least. So yeah, thank you, Keely Chow. Thank you, King of Squibs, Manliest Motivation, Soul Assassin. Liam Scotsman. Thank you for being here, dude. We got to get you back on too, because I know you're into all this great stuff between Egypt, the alien talk, all that sort of stuff. I mean,
Superman talk too, man.
Hell yeah,
Scotsman's the man, bro.
That's right, man, for sure. Another monster. Thank you for being here. Scrolling up right now. Frankie knows. The Ryan Cardinal was in here as well, dude. I just saw him now. Sweet, yeah. Dude, and again, there's great people all around in all sorts of different communities, so go check them out. Gap After Dark, thank you for being here. Let's see, still going up. There's been a lot of chatter tonight in the chat, and it's all good stuff. Oh, and thank you, Adega Outlaw. Go support his projects and his books.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, I'm going to be working on something for him as well. He's a great dude, and again, thank you for the super chat earlier tonight as well. Thank you, Liam, for being in here. There's a few other people I saw. Bless Dongle Berry. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one yet. Let me see if I miss anybody else. Nuke was in here as well. Tim's Talk, thank you for being in here. He's another good person. Go check him out. ETAP, go support ETAP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I said, so many awesome people. Tony Tone Deaf, Clown World Review. Much love to him as well. Give him all the support. I think I hit most of everybody. We had sex bots in here too. Jacob B, thank you for being in here. I think it's another new name. I haven't seen.
That's how you know you made it as a YouTuber. You got the sex bots.
Yeah, dude. Papa Cotton, again, thank you for popping in. I think I got everybody, but either way, if I did miss you, please have a great night. Remember, be kind to one another. Kick ass while you create. Don't take shit from nobody. and have some good laughs.
Hey, and real quick, Vinny, I just wanted to say, since I couldn't talk Thursday because my laptop obviously doesn't like live streaming and it's too old, I just wanted to say thank you for letting me just speak my piece for a few minutes tonight. I really appreciate that. I wouldn't even have brought it up, but you asked, so I just figured, hell yeah. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, brother. Anytime. Dude, like I said, we're here to help out each other whatever way we could and have a good conversation. So everyone, please have a great night. We'll go out on some more Naked Gun because it's always fun.
All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please, Pittsburgh.